what do you think it is? I'm like,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Demigods and Deities. I'm your Dungeon Master, August Schmidt, and with me is our Halfblood Heroes. Say hello, everybody.
hello! We're live!
And I'm so sorry, I should give warning before we start the stream.
Yeah, August.
All right.
Mid-story.
Welcome, anyone who joins the stream. I'm putting into chat, of course, the god that we get to feed for today. Last session, we actually did get a couple viewers and a couple followers. It's hard for me to check. And so, of course, if we can reach a goal of 5 followers, we will give advantage or disadvantage to anyone's rolls.
Hey, stop reminding us. Stop reminding them they can screw us over.
Advantage only, unless we as chat want to be mean.
You do advantage.
Last we met, our heroes racing through the woods, booking their way down the paths, sneaking in and out of bushes and trees, narrowly avoiding monsters, only at the finish line, literally, seeing that these gross monkeys, known as Zhonyan, which are actually Chinese and Japanese mythology, these things that steal women to like make their own, started attacking the party, giving just enough time for Petrikos to catch up with the party. But with your all improving skills and abilities, you were able to break down Petrikos' kneecaps. Archie was able to get that lucky shot into Petrikos' head, and even with saving Alexei from the tree where he was strung up by the whip, Trent, with the amazing help of basically the gods, did not die, as the demigods from Camp Halfblood were able to come and help you guys at the last second. Trent was doing multiple saving throws.
Eleanor was trying to go on another Blaze of Glory.
Another one. In as many weeks. And being back at camp, all of you spending the night in the big house, except for a few of our heroes.
Dumb teenagers, people. I'm just saying.
Give me a second. Let me. We were able to find out that your former principal was in fact Chiron, the immortal trainer of heroes, leading around through camp and teaching you a little bit about what it means to be a half-blood, and for a couple of you, especially for the twins, the very dangerous situation is having your dad being Zeus. The King of the Gods isn't supposed to show that much favoritism to his children, and he was basically raising both of you, which to anyone, that's a big slap in the face. Able to see the cabins, though, starting to see our stuff. We still, though, unfortunately, don't have 2 of our party members. As before we got to them, as you all got off the bus, Willow, you were starting to freak out. Archie, welcome. Brex, come on in. Come on in, grab a seat. We were just doing the recap. You're literally in perfect time. Discussing how not all of our heroes were in the same place.
We're all going to die.
There we go. In fact, Trent, you were actually one of the few that you did wake up early enough, but because of the insane spinal damage done by Petrikos, you were at the Camp Halfblood Infirmary. Willow, in your haste to try to get everyone back to camp on time, grabbing Mike by the hand, trying to run, you panicked, and doesn't happen too often, you turned yourself into a tree, and unfortunately Mike as well.
Yeah.
What our heroes know is the demigods were able to send out a rescue party, dig you guys up, get you to camp, and you were taken to the medical tent
They transplanted y'all.
It was a transplant.
It was such a
How would they even
bridge to
know
handle.
which tree is the?
They have magic detector dryads.
Yeah.
Who would recognize your tree?
Yeah, dragging them back to camp was a son of a bitch.
Oh boy.
You can just go and leave.
Every pun, I'm gonna add a monster. No, I'm kidding. See, no. But basically, we are actually going to cut first to Mike. The last thing you remember, you got off the bus, Willow had kind of started saying all these crazy things, and you had some intense dreams. And before you were able to start going over, Willow pulling you as fast as she could, suddenly you are in this like voidish space. You are having these wonderful thoughts of water, like grass, like sunlight, it feels good to just like photosynthesize. Like, you were feeling great, and you had these like weird feelings of like, oh, ow, Ow, people are stepping on my feet. Whoa, everything felt really weird. And I'm going to make a roll real quick. You feel this like sudden sharp pain. You wake up with a huge start. It is daylight. You are in a tent, cloth covered tent. There are some people around you, and it is only you. You are able to look to a bed kind of a few down from you is another tree, which has yet to...
Am I still a tree or no?
You look down, like, your skin has become more skin-like. You have a few of those, like, we'll say, little, like, sunburn-esque bark things that you can kind of, like, peel and, like you would off of, like, a log. But, your skin underneath, you are completely alone in this tent.
Except for trees. That would be
What do you want to do?
What's in the tent?
Go ahead and make me an investigation check if you want.
Rob can't blind.
Start going at it.
Find something that tastes like brownies and he just eats a ton of them.
Oh no.
13.
13. You start going around. What you notice is a lot of people in here are either asleep. Like, you see there is a tree in one of the cots, which you're, like, maybe assuming is, like, what you were. Because you're having these, like, was I a tree or was that a dream? You see a tree. There are 3 other cots, very bandaged up, though. Hard to tell the kind of people they are. You are able to find there's medical supplies in here, gauze, and you are finding, like, canteen pitchers that are labeled nectar and something labeled ambrosia in, like, rat packets.
Am I hungry?
Yeah, it's morning.
Yeah,
Guys, this is how Mike dies.
Awesome.
I need
Mike.
free food, right?
Free food. Mike, this is actually something I need to ask. What is your comfort food and drink?
Good question. Hot dogs.
Hot dog. You take these look
That's
like.
not
Have you ever seen like
fancy.
Fig Newtons? They like seem like wrapped, but like it looks like there's like a chocolate thing. These little squares. You take a bite and almost like instinctively gag because you're expecting like a sweet flavor. This is a complete like cart style hot dog that very briny but still with like a mustard relish flavor. That's really good, and you're able to eat a little bit more of it, and it tastes like a hot dog. I will say after a couple bites though, you start feeling like that buzz, almost like if you had a lot of caffeine. Like, I'll say you've tried like Monster Energies, like these things just running around taking them, but like this is not a caffeine buzz. Like your skin is actually feeling like almost a fever storm, and you feel like an actual buzz right now.
You start smoking.
You should eat it more.
At that
That's
point, I think it stopped.
all right. That's fair. You were able to. I'm gonna make one more roll. Interesting. You put that down as you're looking at this canteen labeled nectar, right? Kind of like sniffing it, like maybe see. You actually hear a voice just, oh, hey, no. You turn. You see, bit of an older lady. She has like kind of curlyish hair, pixie style cut. Immediately is taking these things out of your hands, like, whoa, buddy. We do not just eat what we find in the tent. Okay. You see, she like very panicked look on her face with like, what? I'm eating like a hot dog
That was
chocolate
the
bar.
greatest hot dog I've ever had, lady.
Well, okay, not cool. Probably tastes like hot dogs. You're right. This is ambrosia,
One more time.
food of the gods. We don't eat a lot of this or we die. Oh my gosh, you're she looks, sees the empty cot. You were the kid that was brought in. Oh my gosh. Hi, my name's Kayla. Kayla Knowles. What's your name?
My name's Mike.
Mike, it's nice to meet you. Sorry, I just realized you're very new. Oh man, I don't know where everyone. You see, she is looking around like, I just took one of your friends back up to the big house. Not Mike instantly like, yo, what? As like we're going to jail.
The big house.
You see, she immediately just no like camp house where Chiron and Mr. D and everyone are. Are you feeling all right? I think I need to check. You know, deitrification is kind of an intensive process.
You're using a lot of big words right now.
All right, here. Yeah.
I'll read you the nectar.
No. Hey, take a seat. I'll talk you through it. Hey, my name's Kayla. You're in Camp Halfblood. Did your friend Willow explain kind of what camp is?
Yeah.
Briefly.
Okay. This is gonna be shocking. You are a child of a god.
He was like, I'm a child, yes. Sorry.
Okay? Being a child of a god, the Greek gods are still alive. They are running around, running the world. We're their kids. My dad's Apollo. It's why I'm kind of like a great healer and I know about people turning into trees. Do you know the myths? Go ahead and make me a history check, actually, Mike. Do you guys just get that?
Did she do that on purpose?
Oh, yeah.
18.
I like how
18.
your friend
Yeah, Mike,
Willow-
you're remembering, like, you know about Greek mythology. Like, it was a unit, like, last year. Like, you remember hearing about it. And so this is one of those, like, okay, you're telling me that all these stories are real. You're remembering, actually, you specifically remember, yeah, Apollo once, like, liked a girl, this, like, nymph, and running after her, and she, like, turned herself into a tree to escape him. Kind of weird. So it's, like, that weird, but that was an old myth.
Yeah.
You see Kale's looking, he's like, this is a lot, but you're safe now. Camp is protected from monsters. Are you feeling okay? Like, do you have any, like, intensive desire to, like, root yourself or drink a lot of water?
I'm feeling on top of the world right now. That
No
was
more
an
than
amazing
usual.
Hot dog.
All right. Don't eat them without my permission, please.
All right, I'm gonna need permission to eat another hot dog.
Hey, let's go get you some food. Hey, we'll catch up with the other campers. Let me get you some food real quick. I'll take you to the dining hall. Let's get you food. I'm going to make a check for you real quick, Willow. Willow, you are still coming out of it. I mean, to be fair, I think it's your natural state is tree. So this is, it's like for you, untreeification, if that's a word, is like an unnatural process because you're like, yeah, I want to be a tree. Mike, you see Kayla takes you, kind of like keeping you steady because like you feel your legs, you still have that like instinctive like I shouldn't be able to walk. Oh, I am walking. I can move. Like learning to walk, but it's very brief. And within like a minute, you're walking fine. As she leads you out, she starts walking across the greens. You see that you are in fact in a camp. You look around and there's a big old house, blue and white trim. Up on the hill, you're seeing all these like strawberry fields. And looking out, you see a lot of campers. As she's walking up to this pavilion, this looks like a giant, like old Greek temple. Big pillars, tables everywhere. As she's walking in, you see there is like a harpy, which you know with your 18 check, sitting on the table picking at like what seems to be a lot of random food. As you get close, you see like this harpy looks at you just and like flaps off. You see as like, yeah, cleaning harpies, they finishing up. You technically missed breakfast because you were a tree. But you see, she walks back to a small room. You follow, and she's able to like find just some like bread, peanut butter jelly, and starts helping make you like some sandwiches, carrots, like stuff. All the while she's talking to you, just like, so, where are you from?
I'm from around here.
Like New York area, or?
Yeah, I'm just all over the place.
Most Half-Bloods are. We don't have a lot of set homes most of the time. Not to be insensitive, but I'm genuinely curious. Do you have a mom or dad or moms, dads? Any adopted? No?
You have parents.
You see, she goes, hey, I'm not going to pry, just, it's always curious, because, I don't know if you know your godly parent, but there's sometimes helpful hints. I mean, to be fair, I have a dad, and I have another dad, Apollo, because he's Apollo and can change, but so it's a little weird, but I mean, it's life.
Weird.
Do you want chunky peanut butter smooth?
Always smooth.
Always smooth. She makes you a sandwich, takes you out, and starts walking out of the pavilion. And she's gonna kind of give you a brief orientation. You see, as you're going around, she's pointing out buildings like, okay, down there are the cabins. We have the Coliseum. We've got the racetracks. We have the stables. And as you're going through, Mike, what's kind of your general feeling right now, so to speak? What are you feeling?
Right now, I'm kind of like, okay, I was told I had to go to school. Like, when is Butch gonna come get me? Like,
Right. What's going on?
Yeah. Like, do they even know about Butch? Like, really, I have no idea what's going on.
Awesome. You are going around. You see, she's like, "Hey, yeah, Mike, you there? Oh, hey, sorry, you just lost some thought. This is a lot. I'm not seeing Chiron. They may have started their rounds too. It might be kind of hard not to see him, but you see at this point she has walked you down. You guys are like down by like some canoe areas, this lake, where you see there's actually a bunch of campers out on the lake in these canoes. You see she's like, so all of us here are half-bloods, just like you. And this is a camp where we can be safe. We can train to be heroes. I don't know. We can still go out into the world, but I don't know. It doesn't sound like you have like a home, and so you can stick around.
Oh, yeah. My buddy Butch, he should be coming sometime soon to pick me up, probably. So.
Right. So Butch, your friend. This is gonna be hard to explain. Butch with. I don't know who your friend is. Sound like a nice person. With most mortals, they don't understand well a lot about like gods and stuff. And not that this is a bad guy, but he might not understand, and so you might not want to tell him a lot about this. Mortals don't do well with this kind of thinking.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, it's weird. I've got some friends back home. It's just with mortals they don't really get it. If you want though, I know we don't have a lot of cells. Let me see. She rustles in her pocket. Let's see. Interesting. You see, she pulls out like, hey, if you want, do you want to like look in on him?
Heck yeah.
So let me explain. We've got this thing. It's called an iris message. You see, she leans down to the water's edge, just like, "Hey guys, could you like churn up the water a little bit?" And you see, staring out like which shouldn't be possible, a bunch of ladies' faces in the lake. They kind of like smile. One of them looks and winks at you. They all dissolve in, and the water slightly starts churning and frothing, and a light mist starts appearing, with coming through the sun a little refraction and a rainbow. You see, she's like, yeah, Iris is the god of rainbows. She's great. Helps us make calls that normally, because we're not supposed to use phones. You don't have tech on you, right?
Nope.
Cool. If you want, what's your friend's name?
Butch.
Okay, do you have a last name?
Carnegie.
Actually, I was gonna say, do you think he has a last name, or would he
I
ever?
wouldn't know his last name.
No, not a. You see, she goes, okay, Butch. Well, here, take this drachma. She hands you this gold coin, a bit heavy, right? You're not expecting, but like, oh
Can I
shoot.
see where she pulled this coin out of?
You did. You see, she has like a side, like a fanny pack. Like on one side, it's labeled with a cross. The other side is just like unmarked, and it came from the unmarked side.
Okay.
You see, she gives this to you. It's like, hey, so what you're gonna do? Throw this and into the rainbow, and you're gonna say, "Oh goddess of the rainbow, please accept my offering."
Oh goddess of the rainbow, please accept my offering.
Vroom, vroom, vroom. You see the rainbow ripples and shimmers as the coin should have gone through and plunked into the lake, but is now gone, Mike. As you look through, she has, Kayla looks at you and is like, okay, so kind of just say like who you want to see.
I want to see Butch.
As the ripples and shapes start changing. What's middle of the day, but now as if looking through a screen, you are seeing a dark interior. Lots of smoke right in the air. You think Butch is having maybe a card night, right? Like some guys you know.
Yeah.
They're all just chilling. You see Butch is sitting there, though, and it's the first time you've seen him in months. The first thing you notice is he is wearing very nice dress, kind of as usual, right? He's got like the double-breasted jacket, open t-shirt, still very grungy, but still like this was once very nice. As this thick smoke in the air, and you are just looking in. No one sees you at first.
I was gonna say, at this point, playing someone my age, I think I would get pretty excited and try and, talk.
Right. You just go, but you hear, huh? Oh, you see, Butch looks over and seems to see you. You see, just, hey guys, I gotta make a call. You see someone who's like, what kind? A kind of important call, Terry. Get out of here! You see, like, this guy, a couple of these guys all stand up, start filing out, till only Butch is left in this room. You see, he's, like, pulled out a phone, doesn't make a call, turns to you just like, yo, kid, what's going on?
Dude, you gotta get me out of here.
Are you iris messaging right now?
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead and make me an insight
What?
check.
I think it's
Maybe
gonna
you're
be
right.
Butch. Is it freaking Butch?
Just make, no.
Cyrus?
Just,
16.
16. Butch is looking at you. You're realizing he knows what iris messaging is. Butch is looking very sad. You see, he's looking at you. I need you to make me a perception check now.
Okay.
Kind of like two rolls after another, but
17.
Oh, like so well.
17. Mike, you see Butch is like, did you get to that camp?
Yeah, I'm at the camp now, but I mean, you gotta get me out of here. I'm like, I don't
Kid,
belong here.
Mike. That's where you need to go. You're safe there.
I thought I had to go to school.
Listen, the school thing was because I thought you would be okay there, and I didn't do my job. And you see, he's not like meeting you. Right? Like his head's down. Just listen. You're gonna stay at camp. Whatever's going there, stay there.
Are you one of us too?
I said stay there. You see, Butch only has one eye. He meets you. Stop it! Yo.
I'm not metagaming or anything.
You
over
see,
here.
Butch meets you in the eye, and for the first time ever, as he stares directly, you see he has one eyeball. She just, don't contact me. You're safe. Enough. You see, he waves his hand, poof, and the image disappears. Yeah, Kayla's sitting behind you, just,
She was not stuck
oh
in
my
that.
gosh.
Do you know who that is? I feel like I don't know who that is.
No, listen, buddy. You see, she takes you, sits you down by the lake, like kind of like on a bench nearby. Just hey, it's that. Okay, I don't know a lot about your personal life. I wasn't trying to listen, but I think your friend is a cyclops.
Well, that's rude.
The one-eyed monsters from mythology. Mike, you're thinking back, but Butch has always been there for me. He just take me. You're also though realizing beating the perception check needed to see through the mist. You never once thought if you've ever noticed him having two eyes, right? It's one of those like, yeah, everyone's got two eyes, and so it never hit. Everyone's got you're not expecting to see anything else. Mike, as you're seeing that, Kayla kind of is doing that little small rub on your back, like, hey, it's a lot. You're having an intense first day. I'm sure he didn't mean it meanly. You are safe here. Hey, you see, if you want, I'm gonna go check on Willow back at the medical tent. Do you just want a moment here? I'll come back.
Yeah.
Cool. She's gonna leave. Mike, as you're staring out on the lake, what's going through your mind, man? I'm sorry, this is
I think
intense.
I'd walk to the strawberry fields and just have some strawberries.
Ooh, excellent. As you start walking to the strawberry fields, you're walking along the edge of the forest, kind of like up towards the strawberry fields. As you head, a lot's going through your mind.
Yeah.
Specifically, just like what's going on. You make it to the strawberry fields, pick down, grab one. These strawberries taste freaking amazing. But I'll say they have almost a bland taste right now in your mouth. I'm pretty distracted. Right, pretty distracted. I actually would like you to make a perception check with disadvantage.
Sorry.
12. With a 12, you're sitting there eating the strawberries. Going through my thinking through, like, this guy I've always known isn't who he said he was, and now I'm at this place, and honestly, I think it's, if like it says, you're feeling very alone right now.
Yeah.
This is an interesting thing, right? You've always been a loner in the, I can take care of myself. It's fun and free. But you don't have anyone right now. No one's here. And as you're thinking about that, you do think you feel someone low beside you. And you turn and look, and you see a gigantic ant is eating a small strawberry next to you.
Not gigantic as in a big ant. No.
This is an ant the size of a Jack Russell Terrier.
Is it a friendly ant?
Oh, that's
You see the ant looks at you just...
Hey, ant.
I need a very honest... Mike, would you have taken at all anything from Kayla's bag?
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about trying to, like, while she was, like, rubbing my back or whatever. That's why I looked at where she was taking the coin from.
I think feeling heavy in your pocket, this ant looks down, just starts picking at your pocket where you grabbed 5 coins. This ant's poking you. It looks up at your head and bites into your arm. I need you to roll initiative, buddy.
First casualty of the night.
That's gonna be bad. I don't think he was anticipating that.
23.
23? Well done.
This dice is from Dollar Tree.
We got this in Spokane. It's from the dollar store.
I don't think he was anticipating.
You got a set of D&D dice for a buck?
Ooh, baby. All right.
Yeah.
You can get dice at Walmart now too. You can get 3 sets for like a couple bucks.
But the only runs the risk that how well is it balanced?
That does, in
But it
fact,
can be balanced in your favor.
beat that.
I'm really low right now, so...
This ant is gonna bite you, though. It does get this, like, surprise in.
Would you scream?
Mike,
I'm sure you would.
Probably.
you take
Oh, no.
8
Oh, dude.
points of damage.
8?
Wait, you would have leveled up though, right? You're at level
He did.
Yeah.
He did, but he's still at
At-
level 1. So
He's at level 2.
Oh, yeah, he's at level
But
2.
everything else should be the same. Mike, you go first in this initiative order.
Okay.
As this ant bites into your arm.
When it bit me, I think I would have been like, oh, dude, what the? I thought we were strawberry buds.
He sees that
Strawberry buns.
and is like now really trying to get into your pocket out of the coins that you slipped from Kayla.
I think I'll just try to run away, I guess.
Awesome. You can definitely, you move your 35 feet. Do you want to use any dash action or anything at all?
Yeah, I would dash.
Disengage. Don't trick him
Oh,
into getting an
yeah,
opportunity
disengage.
attack.
Megan, you're not allowed to speak unless it's your turn now for the rest of the night. No, how dare
I
you?
don't want to disengage. I'll just dash.
If you're just gonna dash, I will allow a disengage. I'm not gonna be that mean. But you can use your disengage because now at level 2 you can do that.
Yeah.
Move it, and you still can use then a dash action. If you're not attacking, you can just flee. So that moves you 7 feet.
And then
You start booking.
is
Yes,
that a bonus action to dash?
it is.
Because of your
So your movement and bonus action to dash, and then your action was the disengage.
Okay, gotcha.
So you start booking out of the strawberry fields. As you run, you see there are a few other ants now poking their heads up as you run. You clock 3 that are coming for you. You make it all the way out of the fields. I'll say, like, you're like fresh out. These ants are gonna start booking it after you. One of these ants is running up and is able to close with you. They do have 60 feet of movement. These are fast.
But he ran up.
Yeah, so he has 70 feet.
That's what. But this ant wasn't with him. It was closer on the edge, right? Like as you're running, these see you. This second ant does crit on you.
Oh, yikes. You were dead.
Mike, you take 12 points of damage.
Shut down.
You got 1 hit.
You are at 1 hit point right
Oh,
now.
I am. Yeah.
Oh my.
Get out of there. What?
Get Flea. I will say this, Mike. I need you to roll me a insight or a religion check.
That's a nat 1.
And that one, you are feeling as these things are biting into you, the burning in your arms as you realize they had some sort of gunk on it. As you feel like limbs growing heavy, as breath labored, as you are still booking it, that ant is going through. You look up and see someone that was like walking forward with like a pail of like fertilizer and a watering can, who looks at you.
This 12-year-old is
As you are running, do you say
Yeah.
you help? This person just drops and starts booking it back towards where everyone is. You start running for, they start running.
Not cool, dude.
Not cool. That is that. The ant that first attacked you is going to run, does not close with you. The second ant also starts running, does not close, barely.
Okay.
That is back to you at the top of the
So I
initiative.
can run faster than these guys if I continue to dash.
There is, yes, as of right now, if you continue to disengage and dash, you are beating them.
Okay. I want to go find Caleb.
You start booking it. I'm going to say then, because you are just fast enough, you start running as hard as you can. As you start running, start running to the tent, you run to the tent. As you get to the tent, you skirt in, look around, and realize Kayla's not there, and Willow is no longer there either.
Where did I go?
We're going to get to that actually right now. Mike, as you turn around and realize the ants are still chasing you. Willow, we're going to cut to you. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
As Mike is
This
running.
Is why he doesn't think too
I
hard.
love being
Willow, you are sitting there coming out of, you are much more lucid as a tree, so you remember becoming the tree, going that kind of like feeling of, oh come on, like you watch the again freaking literally as last time, like having this, you watch as the other 5 charges of yours all charge off into the woods towards camp. You watch as thundering past you is Petrikos and his goons running. While later, a ton of demigods are charging, come out with torches. Leading the charge is your boyfriend, Jake. You see he immediately is able to clock you. He has brought some celestial bronze shovels as they start slowly like digging around. You watch as they lift you there, and you slowly
Say anything about this to me?
he like does those like very like kind of just to you. It's like, it's okay, they're all alive, it's all good, don't stress, we're getting you to Kayla. As you're like, he is like carrying your whole tree, like this small tree, all the way back into camp. You sit there, you and Cedric, you're able to sleep. I'll say, I will say, Willow, as you're like sitting there, you're able to like, it's almost like a trance, like an elf. As you kind of like trance as a tree, it's like, well, I'm gonna be here for a while. They're gonna help. As you start slowly untreefying, when you come to you are completely in control of yourself. Your skin is now still much more bark. You're now much more tree-like. You're able to like kind of shift a little bit more into this more humanoid figures and skin. You look around and see that you are alone in the tent.
So this has happened before.
Yeah.
So I don't need ambrosia. I don't even know what ambrosia nectar would do.
You're good. As a dry, you're actually fully healed because you've been able to grow it up,
As
right?
long
like
as
you
know
know.
only demigods and gods can
That's what I was thinking. I
Mhm.
don't even know what ambrosia nectar
Yeah, like as a dryad, not for you, but you're able with your water and fertilizer, and they gave it to you. Kayla would know how to treat you, so you're at full health, right? So
Okay.
you're feeling great.
So I am gonna go find Chiron, just because
Awesome.
that's what I would do. But is there a way that I can? So according to my story art, I would technically know how to use weapons,
Mhm.
and we are at camp, and
Yeah.
it's expected to have a weapon on you. So is there a way I can get like a sword?
Go grab a sword. I would say this: you can either go first to the forges, or first maybe to the big house where you think Chiron would be.
I'm gonna go first to the forges. Actually, try to find my boyfriend as well. Say hello, give him a kiss, and then go see Chiron.
Awesome.
Because if I'm here, that means my charges are obviously
Sweet. You head off to the forges. As you come in, you immediately, of course, are greeted with those. Of course, you're hearing a lot of just the clanging, right? Like metal on metal, as you're like people are making all kinds of weapons. Lots of children face this. Not all though. You see, like a lot of campers are free. Any camper is free to use the forge. Go ahead and make me an investigation roll.
Oh. Okay.
A 4.
Oh wait, I have to figure out what I guess it's a 3.
3. You.
Oh no.
With the 3, looking around, you are not seeing Jake anywhere here, unfortunately. You do see, though, a lot of other campers who greet you like, Willow, hey, how's it going? You see one of them in particular, curlish kind of red hair, freckles, not as buff as, like, most children of Hades, but, like, has been proved, like, you don't have to have muscles to work. You know him, his name is Matt, comes up just like, Willow, how's it going?
Hey, I'm looking for Jake as well as a
Oh.
sword.
As a sort, well, first one, I think Jake, he was on cabin inspections this morning.
Perfect.
So I think he has to go out. Yeah, like he's going there. In terms of sort, like something custom or just like standard issue.
I need something like now. So
Uh,
anything you got.
I'll make a roll. You see, Matt. Well, I was working on something kind of fun. You see, he leads you to a station. It's like, so this sort, he picks it up. This is actually sort of the blade and back end. It is completely hollow in the middle. And she's like, I'm trying to work on like more of a long sword, but like it's like light enough that it's easy to like whip. But like, I don't know. It's a prototype though. I don't know if you want it, but like.
I'll try it. I'll let you know how it goes.
Perfect. He says, yeah, Celestial Bronze, so it's like half the Celestial Bronze use, but like still the.
That's brilliant.
It's nice, but be careful. It's still in testing phase. I don't know how sturdy it could be.
Okay.
So go ahead and add that sword. Yeah. This is a 1d8 finesse weapon. For all intents and purposes, this is a rapier, right? So you can add that in. You see matches. Yeah. So if you want, I know he was starting up, so he might be like about halfway through inspections.
Okay, I do need to go back to the big house, and maybe I'll go there and I'll catch him on the way out.
Sweet. All right. If I see him, I'll send him your way.
Please do. Thanks.
Cool. You start heading up to the big house. When you reach the big house, Willow, what you notice first is out on the wraparound porch onto the credenza that was added a few years ago, you see there is still the remains of a breakfast. But when I say remains, I mean the breakfast is quickly being swapped by a bunch of satyrs. You see they are taking like some foods and replacing with other cheeses. You see they're like swapping out the juices for other like cans of Diet Coke. You know that this is actually because the time being almost 9 o'clock, Mr. D is about to actually wake up and have his meals, or at least for today.
Can I snag a Diet Coke?
Definitely. You grab one. You see one of the satyrs is like, Oh, now I need a perfect 16. You see, he starts booking it back towards the food to make sure he has enough. As you grab the Coke and you hear, Miss Wilhelmina.
Willow, hi,
Whatever.
baby.
You see Bloodshot Eyes, your camp director, Dionysus, is sitting down, a bunch of satyrs cowering. As he sits down, you're actually the person I wanted to see, as he pops like a cheese cube in his mouth.
How can I help you, Mr. D?
Well, you can start by not killing half-bloods.
I didn't! They're all alive!
Hey! You see he holds up the hand. That being, your performance as a protector did in fact end like last time, which is not acceptable to the Council of Cloven.
I told Chiron I didn't want the mission. So if anybody's to blame, it's Chiron.
Oh!
You see Mr. Jesus like, whatever our illustrious teacher says about people and their assignments, the fact remains is you were asked to keep these half-bloods alive, and if it were not for their own stupidity in running towards camp, they would have died.
Wait.
Now, I'm telling you this, Willie.
Don't worry about it.
I'm telling you this, Willie. Next time, and there has to be a next time or else we will assign you back here to camp. You got to stay with them. Half-bloods are wild. Have you seen what these children do? You mix hormones with godly ichor and suddenly everyone dies every so often. You see he pops open the Diet Coke, one of his Diet Coaches.
Mr. D, you understand I trained demigods. I know them pretty well.
Whatever. Now, all I'm going to say is this. I think the other thing we need to discuss, you see he waves his hand. All the satyrs now walk away, so it's just you two. We need to talk about some of those half-bloods.
Okay.
Now, I've had a wonderful chat with my family, and like most family reunions, it went God's awful. What do you know about the twins?
Oh, come on!
The Alex and Allie, those two.
Yeah, those two names, definitely. Well, I do know that they were raised, because we were in a study group, so I do know that they were raised by a soldier-esque military dad.
Yeah.
But they have a pretty powerful stench, so...
Well,
I
for
would
your
assume-
information, Dad never offered me that level of love when I was growing up.
Oh!
We are favorites!
You see
No.
Mr. D just sitting there. Go ahead and make me an insight check.
Wow, that's like the least.
And a whole lot of other people.
I know! I know!
Insight. Yes, this is insight.
18.
18. Mr. D is looking pretty pissed. Because again, like, you know this. Mr. D, was like grown in Zeus's thigh, like he wrapped him in after his mom was tricked by Hera into looking at Zeus's true form. Mr. D basically with them was raised on his own in a wide variety of manners. Basically lived as a vagrant for most of his life until creating wine and being accepted by the gods. And so, like, to have the god Zeus as your father do so little for him
But then,
and then do so much for them, you can tell he's pissed about it. You see, he said, Mr. G the point being, the rest of the demigods are powerful too. I want you to watch. We need them claimed because of...
Which ones have been claimed? I do know
what was that?
the trends. But
Oh, the really dumb one that, like, got slammed down by a giant? Perfect. Well, we'll slowly break that to him slow. I mean, we should be seeing everyone else soon because of Porter Johansson's old little, like, deal thingy. You see, he, like, stops in that very, like, hangover, just, like, constant hangover state he's always in. Just, listen, I'm finishing my meal. We have classes later. Just go. We'll talk.
It's funny because
Mr. D, do you want me to teach this afternoon or just help the Demigods?
I think you could do with at least one shift in the cafeteria.
We'll see. Bye, Mr. D!
That wasn't a question! As you walk away, the literal, the classic, like, thunder kind of rumbles somewhere in the background as you just hear that, like, as Mr. D yells, as you walk away.
it's really funny because she's like, oh yeah, the twins, and then Nick, I'm not sure about this Archie guy.
Oh no, Trent is the one, not Mike.
Well, no. Oh, sorry, I thought it was Nick. Mike, but no, like she
Yeah.
knows, like
still
she
eating
got a
his
good
But
read on
Archie could
everyone
be
except-
human.
You're still human, but yet you got through the barrier, so obviously you're a half-blood.
Somewhere, it could be diluted.
Willow.
So, Willow, I would love for you now to make me a perception check, if you would, at the top of the hill where you're at.
You just see Mike.
17. You look, I'll say, like, maybe down by the forges, because, like, that's your first, like, well, maybe Jake's done. You look at the forges, you do see Chiron. Of course, it's hard to miss a centaur, his white coat kind of glistening, surrounded by a lot of the half-bloods that you escorted. You see running up to him is a dryad, or maybe a nymph. You can't remember, like, they look familiar enough. And with the 17, you look across...
+5. It was a 22.
Oh, 22. Yeah, definitely. And as you look, your eyes follow as you watch unmistakably the figure of Mike booking it across the fields with a swarm emerging of
Okay, so I'm obviously gonna go help him. Just
of
because
the
he's-
Miramex Indicos, the giant battle
What
ants.
do I know about these? Do I know what they're attracted to? Why they would be
They're
chasing
attracted to golden magic. And with what you know about Mike, I will give you 3 guesses to why they could be chasing him. With that, Mike, we are now back in initiative. I'm gonna say it's your turn. No, I have it in my, because I assume all of you guys, especially with Chiron, would now be heading back. So I have that with what's gonna happen to Mike. It is start of your turn. You have just entered the tent looking for anyone. No one is there.
Can I do an insight check?
Insight check for what?
Yes. I want to know whether it would be wiser for me to continue running or to use a bonus action and hide after I do some more running.
Oh, yes, you may. Go ahead and roll me that insight.
That won't help you.
I will say, depending on how high you roll, you might get to make a history check.
19.
Oh, definitely. Go ahead and roll me that history check. 13. You're trying to remember something in Greek myths about ants. You don't know why it's chasing you, I will say, but with your insight, you know it's dead set on something about you, especially because it was trying to attack you. As of right now, I think your initial insight is, I'm in the medical tent. What can I do to heal myself? Yeah. And if I hide, can I hide well enough? But with that high of an insight, you think, because this is a very open, again, cloth tent to promote airflow, it's going to be really hard, especially because these things did follow you in here. There's not a lot of places. So you know they'll at least come in here, and then it could be easy to find you while inside on a 19.
Okay. So I'll use an action. I'll eat another hot dog.
Cool.
And then after that, is there like a back exit to the tent?
Mike, go ahead and heal yourself for 10 whole points of damage. And there is a back exit.
Okay, so I just want to book it out back, and then I'll use a bonus action dash.
Bonus action dash. You actually, I think, did use your bonus. No, I will say I won't count it for the insight check. The bonus action dash. You are still booking it. The ants did make a lot of. They did close a lot of ground when you stopped to at least grab that. As you're shoving in, literally the feeling, you, as these flood of, like, memories come back as you're eating this, like, cramming down hot dogs while running away from police officers on the street, right? Like booking it. This feels really familiar, and you're realizing you're starting to hit a stride. As you're running down, you run out the backside of the tent. Yes.
Can I give you a specific destination that I'm running to?
Yes.
Can I run to the lake? I don't think these ants can swim.
I was going to say that would be a natural because you know where the lake is, and being from North Carolina, you know, being in a pool or underwater, great way to get rid of bugs.
Yeah.
You start booking it down. The rest of you watch. You're sitting there, Matt talking to you. Maple has just run up. Trent Maple, that you used to know, just like, Trent, long story. It's so good to see you. Chiron, the ants, they're back. They're in the fields. They were chasing this kid. We gotta go. You see Chiron immediately is like, round up. Starts literally no like
Trent's jaw almost like
starts
something
booking
like a
it.
snake shoves the rest of the sandwich in.
You see Matt looks at you just like, dude, come on, everyone, we gotta help protect these. Come on, grab. Mike grabs a big old battle hammer, puts it in your hands, immediately drops.
I take the battle hammer from
I
him.
feel like I don't know what the... And then Trent just...
Trent takes it. Cool, Trent, you got this battle hammer.
Sick!
Insanely unbalanced. Like, it's like one of those, whoa, this is heavy. As you all start booking it.
Being as kind as I can right now, Al, you can't carry this. Use that weird book. And
As you guys start booking it after Chiron. Trent, you've got the hammer. Matt kind of is like running alongside you, Archie. And it's just giving those like, it's crazy. Spell out to, we'll talk in a second.
Okay.
Mike, as you are running towards the lake, you are still outpacing them. You are running up to the lake. Go ahead and give me one last either insight or religion. Or I guess history, but anyway.
I suppose I
8.
profusely apologizing to
You are feeling great. Get in the water. You're safe. The ants can't swim, right? They're big old bugs. You
Yes.
run towards the dock, and that kind of swan dive into the water. Ants running after you. You hear that as all their legs are clattering across the docks as you're going as far to the lake as possible. You hit the water, and all goes still.
Are you a son of Poseidon?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Oh, what gave it away? Mike,
The dream with those...
Mike, as you dive in,
Dimitrescu.
immediately, what is your hit die as a rogue? I believe that's
1d8.
1d8. I'm going to make 1. Cool. You are healed for the other points of damage. So you are completely at full health. Mike,
Everybody else
you.
there love them. I hate you. Why are you?
Mike, you look up and see the ants all on the dock chittering. They're looking into the water. You get the definite feeling they're looking at you, and they still want you. Like, even though you're in the water, they know you're there, but they're not jumping. As you are in the water, here's how I'm going to narrate this. You are, like, freaking out, like, okay, if I come up for air, how do I come up? And you look around and realize you're breathing just fine.
Then I'll just stay down there.
You stay
Wait,
there.
You not met the Percy Jackson books?
Oh, I have.
I'm like, wait, you seem surprised that you can breathe.
You might not be able to. It's not always.
Planning on being a son of Poseidon. August chose that for us.
I made rules. I made rules. Mike, as you are running, all of you are running. You're just sitting in the water. All of you are now coming up to the ants. You see Chiron whips out arrows. All 3 hit their marks. All 3 are immediately and dissolve into goo and dust.
Sorry about that, Al. I toss him back his hammer at him.
You toss hammer, falls on the lake, starts and just starts falling. You should no, it worked like 2 months on that. As
I
it
jump in and get it.
Mike, you watch as this like giant battle axe just slowly sinks by
Can
you.
I grab it and bring it up? Once I see the ants dissolve because I was watching.
You grab that and start rising up. You rise up. All of you watch as Mike slowly ascends
And he
in the
gets
most
stuck.
Jesus-esque fashion onto the top of the water. Trent's like, oh my gosh!
Yes, stop that!
Are you
Stop.
Jesus? Are you?
Jesus! Who's all Jesus here? Am I Jesus?
You all hear unmistakably thunder crashes as
I'm sorry.
I didn't do it.
Mike, you look into your hand. What was a battle hammer is now a glistening celestial bronze trident in your hand. And
So broken.
you hear a voice say, and only you hear this: don't trust anyone, my son.
Oh god.
With the most anger
hated.
behind his voice.
Oh, I'm
You
used to
see,
not trusting
a
people.
lot of campers have run up again, like with weapons and stuff, kind of looking. Chiron stops. Go ahead and roll an insight. You see Chiron's eyes directly, Mike. The rest of you are like
Mike's
on the
still
dock, like, or just like looking. Mike just kind of standing on the lake.
Insight, you said?
Insight.
Is Mike Jesus?
No.
Oh, 21?
Chill.
Trent, like
21?
2 days ago, you thought I was Jesus.
Chiron is looking at you. You see the most fear in this man's eyes. As he is looking at you, looking to the
Quick
twins,
shit,
looking.
Another one.
Literally just, you see,
Not again.
Hail, Michael Rucker, son of Poseidon, bringer of storms and shaker of earth.
I thought your guys said.
Please come out of the water, my boy. You're messing up the dryads. You look below you. A lot of water is churning around you, and you see these like girls in like watery dresses, kind of like splashing back as you realize you're like spinning around them.
Like right.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I'll,
A little more
I'll
creative.
come onto the dock
Yeah.
then.
all of you watch. Mike just steps off the dock, off the water. Not a drop on you. You are dry, completely healed.
Hey, thanks for getting the hammer, Mike.
So you know, we'll talk about this later. You don't have your hit dice to heal with. That is how you healed.
Okay.
But that fully healed you with your 2d8 that you have.
Oh, that's cool. When you touch water, you can use your hit dice. That's sick.
So you completely are healed right now. You see, Chiron stops. Just, all right, back to classes. You see he looks around. Willow, you have booked it up to the lake at this point, and you see coming from the other direction is Jake. You see he's holding a clipboard in one hand and a sword in the other. It's like, Willow, you're alive. What's going on? What's the ants? What's the problem? I heard it screaming.
We have another son of Poseidon.
Time horses. You see, and then straight up swears, just like, oh my gosh. You see, he pulls you in though, gives you a kiss. He's like, I'm so glad you're alive. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I was intrigued.
Yeah,
I'm on
I know. We got your back.
Again.
Listen, he says, hey, do you want to talk? Like, I've just finished up. I don't have to go to class. You good?
I really want to, but I should really check in with Kyra. Can I catch you tonight?
Yeah. You want to just meet me by cabin 9? Awesome. I love you. Yeah. You see he runs off, immediately starts gathering other campers, like a lot of the children of Festus. The rest of you are all sitting there.
Guy you meet who was like in a full body.
He was the full body cast, who is now one of the older camp athletes and is now cabin 9's leader. Yeah. You guys all watch. Chiron is looking around very skittishly. You see he turns, sees you, Willow, just, Miss Willow, pleasure to see you out of your arborish form.
That's a very polite way to put it, Carolyn. Thanks.
You're welcome. Miss Willow, would you mind, I believe, taking Miss Lee, Trent, and Archie for a moment? I need to have a word with Michael and Alexei and Elena.
Where's Mike?
Mike.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to
Trent. That was a total Trent. Who's Michael?
Who's Michael?
Mike. Until, Chiron just, you see Maple actually comes up. Willow, you now see Maple realizing this is a fellow dryad who you know. This is a dryad who also is a protector, did stuff around Long Island. Comes up just like, I'll tag along. total just gives you a full hug into Trent as these two. You see Maple, they just give you this big old hug, just like,
Hi.
oh my God, I thought you were gone. Like you didn't come back to school after.
My mom and dad pulled some strings and then I just disappeared for a while.
Dude, the kid.
Hold on! He starts rifling through his bag, scratching it. Ah! And he pulls out a pop chart, but it is crumbled. It's in the package, but the package resembles a ball, and he's like.
You see Maple, they completely start bawling. Just starts bawling, just gives you another big hug, just like, I miss you so much. Oh.
I couldn't find my hot blast anywhere in North Carolina.
That's fine. We can get some from the stores later. As you both start ugly crying, Chiron just. Willow, can you take them on orientation? You three, come with me. As you see Chiron starts walking away. Let's see where we go first.
Wait, I want to talk to him real quick, as we're walking.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, we never talked about the dream.
First things first, we are going to begin with Willow and your group. Archie, Trent, Willow, Lee, and Maple, who's kind of coming along, just kind of staying near you, Trent, no longer hugging, but you see they're just very.
So I'm going to take him to the most important part of the place, and it is going to be the armory.
I get a weapon?
The ground, the training grounds,
Maybe
because that's where I work.
Yeah.
Obviously, clearly, it's the most important part of camp.
It's gotta be. It's fine.
I love it.
You take them
Willow
there.
has the same self-esteem as Thumbelina.
Well, Willow, you take
The
them.
common denominator there is the fire.
Before we start
What?
going, I want to ask Willow for some help because Kyle gave us all the coins and stuff to call our families. So I want, can you help teach me how I can talk to my dad?
There's a spot
I
for
wanna
that.
talk
There's
to
a
my
spot for
parents.
that in the armory.
Okay.
There's the water spigots you can turn on, spray up.
There's probably a spray feature, a spray.
Yeah, no, I can't. Most places, not all, but most have those places. Will, so you can definitely help Lee with that.
Is that how you use a hose? You just put your thumb over it?
She Maple's
You
yeah.
can't possibly be that.
You just kind of
I've never
Can
used
I do that and spray him?
you as the armor, you spray Trent full in the face.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I didn't
It's
realize
cool.
you
It's
didn't
cool.
know
I need
how
to shower anyway.
You see Maple just full laughing. They can't help themselves. Willow, you show them the armory. The rest of you see this armory, lots of weapons as you go in. There's a camper, just kind of hey, Willow, taking people through.
Of course. Got some new campers I brought in.
Dope, awesome. Can't wait to drain your wallets.
What?
Walks away. Jeremy, son of Hermes. That was me as a DM.
Guys, just
I don't know what
beware, there are lots of sons of Hermes around, because they're actually quite good with weapons, and people no longer have change once they are around you. So keep your wallets
I
and
don't
things.
have
So,
money, period.
hear me
So.
I had
Gonna steal from you?
Trent
You
moves his wallet
into his
into his
shirt.
he has a custom pocket in his shirt so he can keep it near his
You see, as you sit there, Mabel's just don't worry, everyone's really chill. I mean, we're kind of all family, right? Well, do you guys need? Let's get you weapons.
Wait.
Let's get you guys hooked up.
If we're all children of gods, and let's say one kid is in a relationship with another kid.
Trent, it's gross. It just don't. It's
Still
Okay.
think about it.
godly blood doesn't have DNA like you think.
Oh, okay, never
But
mind.
don't same child it, because
Don't
then
same
it's
child,
weird.
If you're the child of, let's say, Hermes,
Don't
and
date another Hermes
don't
kid.
date another Hermes kid, because
Cool.
we consider that incest.
Maple just it's gross.
No, it's good to know.
Leave that for the South. Archie's sitting there being from Georgia.
Hey.
What? Oh, are you? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. That was
Yeah,
offensive.
it's always awkward when the cousins are around.
Maple just starts I'll be laugh. And I will say, Lee, Trent, Archie, and even Willow. It feels good to laugh after a lot the past day and a half of terrifying death and destruction. It feels really good to just be able to laugh and just haha. As they open the armory, all of you see there are a lot of weapons in here.
Big stick in here.
Trent, you still have your big stick.
This isn't mine. I throw it back at Al.
You catch it.
Are you throwing it to Maple?
No, not me.
To
I'm
Archie?
throwing it to Archie's
Matt will
chest.
catch it, expecting another thing.
Sorry, I told you. Matt's just like, hey, can we catch up later? I need to go to class with cabin.
Catch it.
So Matt said, Archie, you take 1 point of damage. As you.
Yes, I'm sorry. I kind of needed it in the time.
Dude!
What?
Come on!
Oh, I pat his head.
Okay, so we're not going to give you any weapons right now because obviously you can't handle it. We will move up to these, but we'll start with wooden weapons before we get into
What's 6?
I will say this then. Trent, are you gonna keep the stick then?
Yes.
Fine.
Hear me
Trent.
out. Is this a viable weapon in the arena?
If your opponent doesn't have a sword.
Cool.
I think Trent, you think, yeah, well, like, oh, perfect. You're not realizing everyone's got swords in that kind of way, so it's just like,
Cool. I mean,
awesome, yeah.
I literally say to Willow, how many people can have swords in here?
You see Maple just like,
Wait, you have a sword?
no, but I've got a dagger.
Sick.
And then, like, did you not see the thing on?
Whoa! You see, Trent's not observant. If my wisdom could have gone
I will say
lower,
so.
I would've.
All you guys, do you want to
I
look
can
for any
tell.
weapons, or would you want one?
I would look and just see if there's anything I'm familiar with.
You find there are a set of nunchucks that are bronze, and a giant staff that looks like it's made of metal.
Can I like see how heavy the staff is? If it's like feasible for me to.
You pick up the stamp. This is like unearthly light. You see Maple's like, oh, collapsible staff. Cool stuff. You see they come over, like push a button on top, and shrinks down to a pocket staff. You see Maple's like, you see those like, there are the dumb ads where it's like, ooh, look at our pocket staff. Well, with Celestial Bronze, it actually does make it viable as like a hitting thing. So yeah.
Oh, so it's not like one of the ones that you like one whack at a cosplayer and then it goes.
Yeah, they're worthless.
Yeah,
Absolute trash.
for real.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But Celestial Bronze makes it useful,
Oh,
so
cool.
you can have that then. Does the same stats as your normal staff, but it is Celestial Bronze.
That's sick.
The other two, are you guys, you
I
do
should
have your stick,
probably-
but are
I
you...
should-
I'll look for something.
If they're gonna get
It
shiny weapons, I
probably
should
wouldn't.
get shiny.
Archie, you see, there's a lot of swords, daggers, and
When I
shields.
walk them through, like, this is how it should feel in your hand.
Definitely,
If you
yeah.
want something balanced, if you want something you're familiar with, let me know what it is, because we have everything.
So like how the hammer wasn't balanced, I probably shouldn't use that.
Exactly, so the
So it
person
didn't
who
feel-
created it, it works for him because he knows how to fight with it. However, I couldn't tell you, like, exactly how to throw it correctly, because first, I don't have the arm strength, and second, like,
Yeah.
I use a sword.
It's
Yeah.
balanced.
You see Maple's like, I don't even think it's a hammer technically anymore. Like,
Yeah, it's true, that one Poseidon kid, like, turned it into a...
yeah.
Yeah.
Giant.
Anywho,
Giant fork.
so all you can look, if you want, I will say like, because Will, you know this, it's not a like free for all, because again, there's a lot of demigods. You want to make sure everyone has a fair
Yeah.
chance.
So we just, like, one weapon.
Like at least one. So like Lee, you can take the
So
staff.
like legitimately, could I look like for a battle axe or something?
If you really
You could.
wanted to,
Um,
you know how to use
you
a
see,
battle axe.
go
It's
ahead.
a stick with a knife. On
Go
it.
ahead,
Someone
Trent.
said hammer.
Trent, I would love for you to roll me an investigation check actually then, because battle axes are a little more intense. Ooh, was that what I thought it was?
Not good.
Yeah.
Okay.
5.
5. There are no battle axes.
No!
What
I'm
Maple
pretty
could
sure
tell us, like, battle axes usually have to be handmade because of the size. You would need someone to make you one.
Do you think there's a stick I should use in the meantime? Because all their stuff is shiny, and I love Sticky. I love you. I give him a little kiss. But he's not shiny. And
Shiny
video games
doesn't
have taught
mean,
me
like...
anything, shiny is better.
Shiny
We
doesn't...
can get you a sword.
I can have a sword? Can I look for a long sword? Can I try again, please? As Eleanor the
There are long swords. You don't have to, like, look for... Battle axes, like, very niche weapons are something that would... These are, like, simple melee or martial
Can I
weapons
get a
right
long
now.
sword then?
Definitely.
Sick.
Go ahead and add. This is a Celestial Bronze longsword that you can add to your inventory.
D8.
That's what. I'm grabbing the.
Can I grab a...
Go ahead and make an investigation. Sorry, wait, or not you. Let me grab weapons. Martial melee. For your longsword, this is 1d8, Trent. It is versatile, so if you use both hands, it's 1d10.
Sick.
But so again, just like with Lee, you have to tell me what you're going to use for your attack.
Can I get like a sheet?
See my text?
I didn't yet. Yeah, make an investigation roll.
Can I grab a dagger just because I'm using a prototype and I don't want to get rid of it just because it could be amazing, but it could be horrible.
It could be really good, it could be really bad, it could break, it could not. That's fair. Go ahead and grab a dagger. That's 1d4.
Investigation?
Mm-hmm.
22.
22. Archie, looking around, you do, like, in looking through, you're looking at more especially, you're picking up what looks like a gun that has, like, full, like, you know, not your style to, like, this tiny little kid with a, like...
I've used guns before, but, like...
yeah, like,
it doesn't...
honestly, a pump action seems like a little much, right? Like,
Oh, you found
yeah.
our set of,
specialty...
not squirt guns,
yes.
but like the darts,
Is it Nerf?
There are some dirt guns. Underneath the table, though, Archie, you see a long, curved metal blade. Pulling it out, all of you see this is like a scythe, not like long-handled, but short-handled. You see Maple looks at it just like, oh, yeah, I think that got put away wrong. That's actually one of our gardening equipment.
You make your garden tools out of this celestial bronze too?
Hey, I mean, you never know when the plants attack back.
Hear me out. If you pick it up, I saved it.
We just see they're like, oh my gosh, wait a second.
Just the way Alexis just laughed. I'm like, wait, I don't think that was a joke.
I really that was a little
It's like, oh my gosh, my favorite quote from Nancy Drew. It's like, if I'm not back in 15 minutes, it means I'm dead. And the kid starts laughing. I don't think she's joking. Like, but yeah, Archie,
Exactly that moment.
you see, Willow, yeah, Archie can keep that. It's just like not your traditional weapon.
The other stuff doesn't feel right. I grew up on a farm. This works.
Maple just, oh, cool. So, all right, yeah. So yeah, you then have proficiency with it because it is a farm weapon. I will say, like, you can have that. I won't be mean and be like, oh, you don't get it because it's not your kind of weapon. All of you are going through. We're going to cut to the other three.
Oh,
Right, because
Um,
you guys are having that talk.
All of you are walking with Chiron. He isn't like outpacing you. He's not like doing that whole like I'm leading. He is walking in step with you as best he can. You know, taking more like smaller hoof steps. But you guys kind of like lengthen strides. Mike, you've got this giant old trident now.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. You see, he's just sitting there. He's like, yes, Elena.
No, I was going. Yeah, I was saying, raising my hand to you. I was gonna say, I want to grab Mike's elbow and kind of like pull him behind him. Dude, we need to talk because you
Because we
said
have
turn
that
to a
dream,
tree.
and we haven't talked
Um,
about
we never got to
Are
talk
you
about
trying
it.
to keep that quiet?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Now be careful when you whisper.
Karen
You
doesn't-
don't want to get your voice hoarse. I will not stop.
You will when I hit you with dice.
I better hoof it then.
As you go through, Alexi sitting there. Alexi, go ahead and make me an investigation roll real quick.
Okay.
It's something that
I would
happened.
have already told Alexi about my dream.
I
I wouldn't have
yes.
mentioned that Mike was in it yet.
Okay, cool. So you know the dream, but there's something else I want you to look at or look for.
Oh gosh. That's a 6.
A 6.
Oof,
Um,
okay.
Looking around Camp Alexi, you're noticing a lot of campers are really looking at you guys. I mean, it's one of those like, at first, like maybe they're just looking at Chiron because he's a big old horse, and every so often though you do kind of notice the eyes linger on you, but whenever they meet, they quickly like look away. As you are all walking back up to the big house. Mike, you see this house where you saw on the hill earlier, didn't go to. This big blue house. As you all approach, you see a guy in a strange, like leopard print shirt, sitting where you were just having breakfast.
So how long is this walk?
It is maybe like I will say 5 minutes.
So do we have enough time to discuss the dream? while we're walking?
I will say yes. Go ahead and give me stealth checks though.
So
No, frick.
she wasn't there for the whole dream.
No.
Yes, she was not.
I'm not gonna tell her anything about what happened.
Oh, all right.
Can I do
Okay.
some sort of insight check to see?
I'm not supposed
As
to
long as
trust
Mike just,
anyone.
I'm gonna say, because that's not even a deception. That's just he doesn't have to say it.
I know. But I
Um,
want to know, like, can I tell that he's just not sharing anything else?
I would say no as of right now
I'll
because
definitely talk about
because
the
it's a
part
new
that we
information,
spent
and
together,
as much
but-
as you've been a schoolmate with Mike, this is different we're in a new playing field. So I'd have to say
I got a 13 for stealth.
a 13 for stealth. Go ahead and make me yours.
Also, for the record, I was saying this before he said he's not going to share the rest of his dream, but I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted to share my
14.
second dream with him.
Cool.
Because it kind of
14?
freaked me out.
So, the main
Okay.
thing that I want to ask her is if she recognized any of the people.
Thinking back on it now that I have had my second dream and I know who
Go ahead and roll
my
me
dad
insight
is.
now.
Oh, come on. Just kidding.
Um,
Oh, that is a 3.
3
Plus
plus.
3, so 6.
No one looked familiar to either of you. This was a very strange thing to see, and both of you, what I'll say is, as you're walking, no one's saying anything. Alexi, I think you're more just like observing, right? Like as they're kind of having that chat, Chiron ahead of you. As you walk up, both of you are coming to this realization of you had the same dream. So it wasn't just I dreamt of you in a weird way or even in a good way. It was this like, so we were. So it was like,
Alexi starts popping out.
Alexi's like pulls out his sword, just like in that. All right, and I will say, both of you meet eyes in that way. Maybe like at first, there is a literal tension that kind of sparks off. Trent,
There's a spark.
I keep saying Trent.
Stop that.
Sparks fly.
I'm gonna figure out ship names for everything.
Mike, Mike, I will say you're gripping onto your trident, Alexi, your sword, and there is this. I will say it's a power dynamic right now. Because again, like
Enemies to lovers,
easily.
Sloper.
Elena
is
is.
this the guy thing?
Oh,
No, like
kind of
straight
put it
up,
behind
that's
my back,
what
like
It's not gay, it's just
like-
Oh, doing the it's not gay, it's dominance. Wait. I will say that's like the best way to put that. There are 12 people. No.
Yeah, exactly. There are 12.
But yeah, Mike, easily the very swaggerish, like putting the trident over the shoulders.
I'm just kind of twirling my sword around.
As you twirl your sword, Alexi, you look, and what was revealed last time, but for you, you do start to be able to realize you're reading the words on your sword for the first time, and they say Astropi.
Oh, right, because you weren't here for that.
Whatever that
I
means.
asked Kyron what the nickname from Sprint. Oh, he wasn't
did.
here.
Yep.
Maybe that was-
So as you guys walk up, you see this man in the leopard print. You see Chiron just, Mr. D, if you would please join us inside. Dionysus stops, like, you see he was midway through, like, a cronut, and just like, fine, puts down the food, a bunch of satyrs. You guys see these, like, half-goat men come out of basically nowhere, start, like, rounding up plates, like, and just, like, running away. As
This
Chiron...
place is weird.
Isn't he the one who owns the cool taxidermy jaguar thing?
Maybe.
You see, as you come inside, Mr. D follows you. As he leads you, Chiron takes you past the room where you guys, like, kind of, like, camped for the night, like, in that initial, like, they set up cots. He takes you beyond, up the stairs. It's a little weird watching Chiron go up the stairs because it's that very deliberate, like, one after the other. But as you all get up to the second level, to a small side room with a ping pong table. As you are all saying, you see Chiron just says, please everyone have a seat. You see Mr. D comes in, sits down. All of you watch out of nowhere. He whisks his hand, and suddenly he's holding a giant bottle of what seems to be wine. Like, Mike, you've stolen this before. You know what it looks like. This is actually, I will say, it's a Pinot Noir, like, pretty good brand.
Yeah,
Like, you know.
I'll just ask him, is that Pinot Noir?
You look, what was in his hand is now Diet Coke. You see, he looks just. Guess he's still watching, even with all the heat.
Is that
Thanks,
Diet Coke?
kid. You sons of Poseidon are all so dumb, aren't you? You're just like Peter. You see Chiron stops. Peter Johansson. You see Chiron sits down, or like does that like kind of half horse fold, so he's at eye level, just We have much to discuss. As Michael or Mike, we have not been able to talk very recently. You are all very powerful individuals, and this does not bode well. Having one child of the big three so soon after the pact was released is one thing, as discussed this morning, but you as well, I am worried. I say this to you now not only as your teacher, but as head of this camp with Mr. D. Anything that seems suspicious or strange should come to us.
Yes, sir.
It is important for you to know, being children of the big three, of Zeus and now Poseidon, the gods are not the only forces in the world. Whatever is happening here troubles me greatly by your appearance and timing. And your... you see he pauses. The not so coincidental, I believe, appearance at all of you at Wolf Creek. So I ask you, right now, have you heard or seen anything strange? And I know it has been a very intense day, but I mean strange as in you cannot explain it. Yes?
Well, there was these giant ants, and they really, they did a number on me.
You see Mr. D sitting there, it's like, gods, can I go? You see Chiron just... Mr. Michael, these ants, as you call it, are what we also known as Myrmex indicos, or fighter ants. They are creatures of wealth and hoarding. They are drawn to gold or magic. Now I must ask, do you happen to have something on your person that could have drawn their attention?
He probably stole something.
Once again, tense. You see Mr. D immediately his eyebrows raised and just ooh, watching this.
I am lawful, man.
I'm
military kid.
And I'm sitting between
you. No, I will say you're on the other side of
I'm
him.
just gonna get up and okay, we're gonna scooch, and I'm gonna come and sit between them.
Oh, sitting next to him now, huh?
That's Sanders across the tracks, actually.
You see Mr. D.
Like a bad thing.
Just bust Mike. Poof.
You, as you both say that, Mr. D, mouthful crunch is like, now quiet. Quiet.
How you managed to work in a study group together is beyond me.
It helps when you don't know your demigods. I mean,
Yeah.
you see Mr. D just listen.
The Disney Channel original show.
As we are now family, unfortunately,
Wait, we're family?
no fighting. Yes?
How are we family?
Hi, I'm your long-lost half-brother, Dionysus, the god of wine.
Her reaction is the best. The alarms are going up.
While you're in camp, no maiming, no dismembering, and no killing or you lose dessert privileges for a month. Please don't leave the boundaries of camp, or do. In fact, a lot of your cousins might like it if you die soon.
Why would they like it if we die soon?
You see Chiron just, to say it with more tact, like I was saying before, being children of Zeus and a son of Poseidon, you are very powerful, and some of the other gods find it interesting, to say the least, if not aggravating, to sire heroes and to keep it from anyone. Especially, in your case, to have your father so directly involved with your upbringing. So, you do not have, until we know more, many friends in the way of gods. Of course, none would challenge Zeus. Let it be perhaps your father, Poseidon, but let the gods forbid that does not happen. The balance is a very delicate thing in the world, and, well, I did hope we had a good decade of peace, but now it seems we are entering something new. What? Yes.
Oh, no, this is more...
Oh.
I think at this point, I'm going, I guess I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The voice that I heard that said, don't trust anyone, do I actually believe that that was my dad at this point? I feel like I would, based on what
At the
I
same
think-
time, do you trust your dad?
On your first instinct, it might have been your dad.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. And so in that case, you know, with the dream and everything, am I putting that kind of stuff together?
Go ahead and make me a history check.
But straight up, like, do you trust your dad?
No.
I think he doesn't trust anyone, and so he's going with it because he's being told what he's gonna do anyway.
14.
14.
That's
I will say with a 14, kind of sounded like him. You're not totally sure maybe if it was your dad's voice because it was this very harsh thing, but from your dream, it did sound like the dude who had a trying just like yours.
Okay. In that case, I think Mike is going to have a very hard time trusting those two.
Yeah.
Just because.
Not really.
Like,
I mean,
we're friends and everything, but I'm
You
finding
say
out
that
that
in
your
front of his
dad
friend, he will cry.
was Zeus, who was arguing with
don't
my
say that
dad,
in front
and
of
he's been
Trent.
very involved in your upbringing.
Mike,
That wasn't our
to put it,
fault.
well, exactly, but this is where I love this tension, because yeah, Mike, you're sitting there, you didn't know any of your parents, Butch raised you on the street, and now you're learning, like, not only do they also have a godly parent, their godly parent literally just stuck around.
And loved
And
them.
and love them.
Yeah.
It's something you didn't have.
Yeah. And I'm obviously I'm not telling
no
them
one
that I
else in
don't
this group
trust them.
is.
You know, I feel like if I get close with
You're
them,
the ones
then that
being
would be
mean.
a good opportunity.
Wait, who's not
I'm not
listenable?
getting anything, but
Okay.
like, I don't know that I would naturally just trust them.
Ouch.
You, with that, you see Chiron goes, I will escort you to your cabins. You will be, your leader heads. I'm sorry, you do have an older brother, Michael, but he is off in California currently and finishing school. I will set up a time. You could iris message. It might be prudent to speak with him.
I love how you
That would
don't
be lit.
mention our older sister.
Yeah.
If you let me finish, gosh, you guys always interrupt my roleplay. You see Chiron does turn just, you do have your sister as well, Talia. It is much harder to get, unfortunately, a hold of her, being head of Artemis's hunt. They do travel around the globe. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. But please,
He's dead.
we do have your stuff.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, he died.
What?
Hey, no spoilers! No spoilers! No spoilers! Shh! Shh! Spoilers for anyone who has not yet read Rick Riordan's The Trials of Apollo.
I'm sorry!
But we're not going to say it
Why
again
would
in
you?
case hopefully people missed it.
I think it was quiet enough. We might have gotten
With
away
that,
with it.
Chiron explains to you just basically, hey, head to your cabins, start like loading in, he'll be down in a bit. With that, we are gonna cut back though to Willow. Willow,
world is crumbling.
as your world's crumbling, Willow, you have some information. Are you ready to share as you're kind of continuing on with the tour?
Well, before we finish the tour, weren't we where the
She
snake
was
out
there,
and
and
the
I
asked
should've
like
said-
Oh yes. Excuse me. Thank you. I almost forgot that.
So are we allowed to do a quick
That's what
visit?
when Chiron takes you to your cabins, you'll be able to do that.
Okay, so we're
Um,
just gonna cut.
So, I'll say Willow, you can teach very briefly Lee what it is to do.
I'm just gonna hold specific if you want, and then I'll just teach you the words.
It's like LARPing in
Yeah.
real life.
Cool. All of you, Lee, you're trying to reach out to Sho. So what do you say?
What do you mean? What do I say?
Flicking the coin, roleplay through. What are you doing?
So after the whole formula of like fix up the app and blah blah, blah, and then you mean just like how to find him? Like what do I say?
What are you saying to
When
the
you
rainbow?
call-
You're calling. Like, what's the calling name? Who are you trying to find?
My dad, Nacho.
Okay. You reach out for your dad, Nacho. And yes, laugh it up.
August is the one who made a name joke. It is completely August's fault. I just picked the last
Is
name.
his first name Cho? Or is his
Cho.
first name
The
Cho?
way the names
family
work
name,
though
not
for
last name.
Chinese names, it is the family name first, Na, and then Cho.
And so August was the one who's like, and now he's Cho.
I did not do that to be mean or insensitive. That was never a goal. You look for that. As you throw the coin in, the rainbow shimmers, and nothing changes.
Does that mean he's dead?
Willow and Maple, you see Maple's like, I'll say you say that. Just no. Sometimes it's reception, right? It's like cells. Sometimes they're just not
Or
available.
He's dead.
Isn't there something in the series that talks about like if they're like underground?
If people are underground, it's harder. If something's preventing it, there could, like I say, like you can explain. There's a lot of different reasons why it doesn't work. It's not a perfect service because yes, she's a goddess, but like even the goddess of the rainbow sometimes can't find people if they're not easily accessible.
Don't worry. We can try again tomorrow and see if
Is there a normal way to talk to people? Email or a letter or something?
Our only concern is that if we use anything electronic, your signal of you is going to become a huger aura in that moment, especially, and so then you'll be a bigger target.
Well,
We
Maple,
don't want that to happen.
Maple, I was able to send an email to you. Do you think she can use whatever device you use to email me?
So
Did you
with
get
the
my emails?
kind of, we have a transcriber in New York who brings in. She's nice. She's setting up an art school. You'll actually meet her hopefully tonight. She's the Oracle. She like helps transcribe emails for us. It's kind of easier when you're like an Oracle of the gods because I guess not all the same rules apply, but
We can get
I
a
walk over
message
to
out
Lee
to our oracle and see if she can see anything.
yeah, she'll come tonight. You can talk to her and give her like an email address.
She's super sweet. You'll love her.
Yeah, super awesome.
Super awesome.
Trent doesn't know how to comfort people, but he really likes making sure people are okay. So he just puts like a single hand on his shoulder and just like.
This is just natural.
This is natural.
I'm a tree.
Um, Archie, are you doing anything? Do you want to try iris messaging?
I was thinking about that.
You sound like you have a healthy relationship with your mother.
Yes, but he would also have zero idea of how to explain everything that has just happened.
You
Just talk to
could
her.
just talk to her and tell her that you are having fun in school. Your school took you out for the summer to go visit a camp. You're going to be there the entire
But
summer.
what if she knows?
That's like
If she
not
knows,
true
she'll.
though.
Here's the thing: with mortal parents,
If your
sometimes.
mom knows that she, like your dad.
I didn't even know.
Okay, here's the thing with mortal parents. Sometimes it's better to tell them less than more.
Maple's like,
Text them.
it's unless she willingly offers up. That's why when Rachel or Oracle comes, you could. Do you have her like email or something? Rachel could send on a message.
Yeah, I think I need some time to think about it.
Okay.
Can I put in my statements, man? You have a healthy relationship with your mom. If I had that, I would be talking to my parents right now.
Maple puts a hand on your shoulder, just in that kind of like she's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think I should at least send an email and be like, "Oh, this is the school. We've sent them to a camp." So that
If
they
you
don't
want,
have
yeah,
to
we,
call me for
yeah,
things?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We can make
Um,
sure Rachel does that.
Cool. As you guys are done with this, so yeah, what's next up on the agenda, Will? As you're kind of doing the tour,
Is there anything specifically that you guys want to see?
I don't know, but hear me out. And he like swings a little. He steps away from the grip and swings a little bit. And he's like, "It's like LARPing, but in real life."
Archie's like behind someone else.
Can I take her sword?
No! I promise I'll be here. And then
You
he
s-
looks over to Maple. It's like, Maple, it's
Maple.
like LARPing. It's so cool.
but this is real, Trent. You could die or
That's fair.
hurt
I almost
people.
died last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta
I would say maybe let's go get you guys a spot in cabin 11.
Okay.
Because you know.
Also, I have a question, and hopefully you can help answer as well, because the Willow was stopped. You know that I have a mom and a dad.
Yeah.
They're not super great. Do you remember the parent-teacher incident?
Well, hey, Trent.
Yeah, she
let's
threw a textbook at his face. It was
let's go. I don't. You see, Maple's kind of like floundering. He's kind of just looking at you, Willow.
You could say they're stumped.
Gods can take form in many different ways.
Well, so it
And
could be
there
any of the
are
gods.
opportunities for gods to have children without actually having a physical relationship.
Okay.
Like, for example, the goddess of
I mean, they were
Athena.
never really. Well, I was gonna say never really. I don't have like a lot of memories, but for most of my life, they have never been emotionally together.
Hey, Trent.
What?
You know how you're really, like, how do I want to put this nice? You're really into everything.
That's true. Can I go canoeing with you? I saw the
We,
river.
hey, no, we're not gonna canoe.
Oh.
I'm not gonna yak.
Trent,
Yeah.
Oh.
I know who your parent is.
What? And you see, he like instinctively.
Archie takes another step back. Lee's just like watching this.
It's not like he's actually swinging.
Instinctive block, just doing.
Archie casts shield.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's like slowly
No, you don't have
moving into
to.
his shield.
I'll say you're
I'm sorry,
far
I'm
enough back.
sorry.
It's a joke. But yeah.
You see Maple just like.
You just because I wanted to
Oh.
keep you safe while we were
Because like,
out.
don't they have to do like a claimant? Because like with Mike's, he like rose out of the water.
Your parent already
They.
named you, and they're not always as fancy as Mike's was. I think
Yeah.
the only one that's been that fancy is baby Percy Jackson,
Yeah.
and he's also.
Gods can get-
Who's Percy Jackson?
It's a long story. He's technically Mike's older brother. We'll leave it at that.
Okay. Because
no,
Mr.
Mate-
said something about this
Trent-
like
Trent-
guy
Trent-
that was like. I'm sorry.
Do you?
Do you want to?
He like stops.
Do you wanna
looks
know?
around and he's like, yeah, and I've been talking for too long. I'm
Do
sorry.
you want to know who your godly parent is?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Your godly parent is the goddess of wisdom.
What? Trent's like.
You see,
What?
Maple nods just like the vibe I got, and I talked to Willow when we found you at Wolf Creek. You know how you're always like really into like everything and winning and
really
being
love
the
you.
best. It's a type A thing a lot of children of Athena get, and it's hard to explain. Like without it sounding
It's
weird,
kind of like I'm all over the place.
Willow and I, we can like smell stuff, and you have a very strong aura scent. With
Do you think my dad cheated then because he's a professor, but he's kind of an a-hole, so I don't know
But
why.
here's the thing with
but-
Athena,
yeah,
you
but-
should understand.
Yeah.
Sure.
Athena doesn't have to have any kind of sexual relationship with
Oh,
someone
sick.
to have a baby.
My mom's from lesbians.
Well, Trey, it's not. I don't know if your parents knew, because
Oh.
when there's not even it's Children of Athena. Hey, buddy, you might want to sit down. Let's take a seat.
Down.
Trent,
Okay. Okay.
when you were born, you weren't born like most people, because Children of Athena are born from intelligence. Yeah, like an
He's
intellectual.
lifting his shirt to look at his belly button.
Yeah, you have a belly button. Yeah, dude. It's more like, how do I want to put this?
Why did you literally have belly
Your
buttons?
parents, one of your parents might have just like had like intelligence. Trent, go ahead and make a history check for me.
That was gonna be a nat 20. 9.
9. Trent, looking back, I mean, you know your dad was once a professor. Your dad did used to work at NYU, but that was a long time ago. I will say, even with an 8 though, that was a longer time before you were born. You see, maybe it's just like, and so I don't know, maybe your parents, I don't know. I thought it was weird because usually, especially with Children of Athena, one of your parents know because it's kind of hard to miss. So that's why we were confused.
I kind of want to know because I know that my birth parents don't really care. Because I had a dream last night, and I'm only saying this because I know that, and I go to point out when the twins that are not here. They had some crazy dreams, and my crazy dream was that my parents were getting a divorce, and they didn't mention me at all.
I think all of you, all the other 4, Lee, all of you, even Lee, this snaps you out of your kind of focus on your dad, yo.
That
was
Which check do you want to make?
It's like a 2-minute
Basically,
dream. This
the way
was
she
like
was
for
talking
an
about
hour.
where someone is might affect it. I want to make an insight check about is there any place you've talked about going, or is there some place I think he would be now if he did move or something, or
Go ahead, make an
where
insight check,
where
yeah.
might he go?
For this you see,
Archie would
Yeah.
go. I'm sorry.
Archie puts that. Maple just for Lee and Archie, let's go down. We can introduce you.
Okay.
Great gal. Her name's Julia. She's the head of Hermes Cabin right now.
Okay. But should I
Shouldn't we take him to?
But should
Yeah,
I
no,
take her
we'll
to
go find Malcolm.
Okay.
He's
I can go find Malcolm if you want to go.
awesome.
Well,
We'll catch up later tonight at S'mores.
I would grab Willow before
Oh,
we leave,
yeah.
S'mores?
and I'd be like, so, do you have any idea about me?
Willow.
As far as I know, you're human.
I will say, Maple looks over. It's like, it's not to be mean. It depends on the demigod. Even strong ones, it's hard to pinpoint. I mean, you're magical, dude. You've got godly stuff.
We know you're a demigod because of the stuff you pulled, but as far as your set, you've got none.
I would say
really
maybe
jealous.
you could kind of talk to, I don't know, Hecate does a lot of magic.
I'm like, sky's
Can
the
I
limit.
do one more like insight check on the god?
Go ahead and roll me an insight check.
Any and all gods.
Any and all of them.
Just flat.
It's the
Flat
best, like,
insight.
you're like,
Yeah.
gods.
Could you hand me one of those, Mason?
This is the last one.
Oh, then never mind. I will just take another cookie.
There are only 2 left. We get them on the cover back in Spokane.
That is empty.
That is
That is
also
also
empty.
empty.
The homemade ones are still there. Don't worry. Last one. Try it.
I
Try
wanted a
it. Try
cookie.
it.
I wanted a cookie.
Yeah,
I feel bad.
really
I do
funny.
feel bad.
No, don't feel bad. I was just like, oh yeah, let me just grab a quick snack. You know, I'll do that sneak snack. So what'd you get, Willow?
6.
6. I will make one for Maple. I think this is hilarious.
With the any and all gods.
She got a 3, or they got a 3. Maple got a 3.
You are human, but yet
it's like,
you are not.
Dude, sky's the limit, man. It's
So it's
almost
like-
like you're playing roulette with your parents.
So it's like turns out he's a son of Odin.
No.
Or it's just like, hey guys, what's up?
No, it's the
I'm here.
Egyptian gods that came in.
For anyone wondering at home, no, I didn't cross mythology that hard.
We're not pulling a Rick.
We'll
It's
go-
not ancient Japanese and Chinese mythology.
We'll
That's
go
it.
first with Maple and Archie then, and Lee to Cabin 11.
Are you ever gonna answer my insight check though?
What'd you get? I did
16.
16. Joe always wanted to stay. Like he never had enough money. He always wanted to go maybe back to like China one day, but like there was never a lot of money, and so like especially like what would he just pack up now? Like so something feels wrong.
This is not normal or okay. Whatever happened, it shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like that.
Kind of in all this, I give Lee a punch on her shoulder. It's like,
That's like so not okay.
I give like Lee a punch on her shoulder and be like, hey, sorry, I know you're going through a lot. You got this. And I, like,
Once we
do, like,
get
a side
settled,
rant.
We can see if we can talk to Chiron, if he's got any
See if they
ways
got
of like
resources.
identifying somebody. Sometimes they send people off on quests to see if we can save people. But it would totally
Scared me for a second.
Yeah, we're moving now into kind of the afternoon as you guys are starting to get settled into cabins. Archie and Lee, Maple takes you to cabin 11. You see very homely looking Archie. This looks like a cabin you would find out like camping. Lee, I don't think you've ever seen, but this very like wood. It looks very worn. Like a lot of people have been coming in and out. You see, there are some people kind of like sitting on the steps talking that kind of like see you guys coming wave. Maple comes up just like, hey guys, is Julia here? They're like, oh yeah, she's inside. You walk in and are greeted with a ton of, there's a lot of bunks, rolls on the floor. This looks like a very packed place. You see, talking to another kid, very, very young. Like this kid doesn't look more than like 7 or 8. You see this much older teenage girl just kind of like looking just like, all right, now listen, Robert, taking things from other people is wrong. You see Rob just like,
How old is Robert? Is he like a little kid?
this dude couldn't be more than 6 or 7. You see, I'm just like, so Robert, when we see something we want, and Robert, take it before they know. No! just like, right? No, so you guys walk in, just, oh, hi, how's it going? Maple, good to see you. Hi, I'm Julia. What are your names?
I'm Archie.
Archie? Lee. Oh, hi, nice to meet you guys. You see Maple just like, hey, 2 more unclaimed for now. Julie's like, that's fair. Don't worry, guys. Claiming comes pretty fast these days. Honestly, the most I've seen is it takes a year, but that's nothing compared to what it used to be. You see, as she's turned around, this little 7-year-old has immediately stuck his hand into Julie's back pocket and has just come out with like a wallet and is like,
I'm pretty sure that's not okay.
Robert, no, hey, she immediately takes it. Rob just like, and Robert like kind of does that little like, yeah, and just like runs off out of the cabin. She's like, gosh, man.
Archie is now holding his backpack.
Robert didn't take anything from you guys as he ran off. She's like, gosh, that kid, well-meaning, but when you got little brothers and your dad is like literally all about thieving, sometimes. Hi, I'm Julia. I'm a daughter of Hermes. We help take an unclaimed. Super fun. Don't worry about it though. Like, we'll figure out your guys' parents. It's some pretty easy checks.
Sorry for taking taking up the space in the meantime.
You're totally fine. Listen, you guys, this place used to be way too overflowing. Like, people were having to sleep on the roof. Like, we have plenty of space. She gives you guys, you can add these to your packs. Basic adventures kits. You see, she's like, hey, we've got the stuff you only need. Here's some just brief toiletries, sleeping bag, some other small snackables. You'll want to like stock up more at camp stores or other stuff. But where are you guys from? Like, what are you into?
I grew up in Georgia on a farm, an orchard, and yeah, I like reading and stuff.
Do you like plants?
Yes. I mean, I kind of grew up with plants.
Yeah. Do you like growing plants? You see, Maple's like,
No.
what Julian means is, like maybe you could be a son of Demeter. Like, you know, like if plants are your thing.
Okay.
I'll see it's that very like no, like you know, like thanks for the offer.
Can I whisper to Maple, be like, can I stay with my cousin Matt?
Matt's like cousin?
Yeah.
Oh,
not like how they say cousin in the South, like
yeah.
actual cousin.
Right. Sorry again about that. No, if you want, no, I think unclaims do stay here, right? Because a lot of cabins are for that parent. It's kind of a.
That's so creepy.
It's not like it's disrespectful, but Hermes is the god of travelers, and you guys are traveling on to find your parent. It's kind of a thing where you have to stay. Just here.
Am I there?
Hmm?
Am I there?
No, you're taking Trent to cabin 5.
Trent's like, but I wanted to sleep with everyone.
Whoa.
You see Julia, Lee's like,
Asexual? Not like that!
You said it.
I don't want to hear it. Never
you're good.
mind, never mind.
Lee, Julia looks at you just like, so, where are you from? What's kind of your deal?
Switch spots, Hannah.
I'm just from LA. I don't think I have like you know my dad taught me a lot of martial arts because I mean he's from China. He studied at one of the temples there.
It's your dad. Fighting.
I was adopted.
Oh, ooh, okay, rough. Lots of options. Do you like fighting? There's, that I don't know if that narrows it down. A lot of demigods, we do, you know, get hyperactive and like to punch stuff. It helps keeps us alive in fights, you know, so we're on our feet. But
Yeah, moving meditation was always good for me.
we'll figure it out. With Julia helping get you guys settled in, finding your own little bunks.
She's like breaking down again because she's talking about her dad. And she's like,
Julia's just like, hey, whoa, hey, it's good. Sorry, we won't talk about family. I'm not gonna pry. Hey, we're your family too. We're here for you. Whatever you need, just let me know. With that, Willow and Trent, as you guys walk to cabin 5, Trent.
Are you like sure that it's like the goddess of wisdom? Because I will
Trent, I
admit to
want
my
you to
faults.
roll me a history check.
I will admit to my faults.
Is he gonna realize
I'm proficient.
You are proficient.
6 plus 2
8.
is 8.
Trent, with that insight, it seems very odd.
It's like,
Trust
this
me,
doesn't. Sure. A dragon.
Children of Athena come in all shapes and sizes. They are wise in many different ways. One of the skills of Athena is that they're curious about everything.
That's true. There's this one time when
You start going into a tangent as you walk up to cabin 5. This is a much more high-rise. This looks like some fun library architectural, like the big sweeping building.
You can think of Annabeth Chase for a lot of the architecture.
You see and you hear just no, she's off studying at college. Walking down, much older guy, maybe well into almost 18, 19. You see a dude walking down, kind of sandy hair, just like, hey, Malcolm, Willow, what's up?
Wait, I thought Malcolm was older than Annabelle.
Not by much.
I'm older than
And I gave him an estimate. You don't know his real age.
Okay, I'm like,
He looks 16.
This is just like to not have me.
It's people can look older but look younger. Yeah.
Like, example, I'm
people
often
can
told
believe
I
that
look
I'm
like I'm
almost
16.
16. You're
It's like me with the beard or without
Oh,
the
wait,
beard.
you.
The age changes.
Willow, I look
You're a
16.
treat.
Willow is 27. No, you see Malcolm just like, hey, what's your name?
Trent. Trent, forget for a second. Because he's so nervous
Trent-
because this is like
Trent,
this is
nice.
Smart people.
Is this sweet?
Apparently,
Hey,
I'm new.
hey, I am your older brother. It's great to meet you.
Oh, Malcolm,
That's very
great.
sweet. Trent doesn't know what to do because he's been like an only child and not actually been taken
So
care
I'm
of
gonna
his
be
whole
like,
life.
Malcolm is
Hey,
one of the
we've
best
been
people on
being
camp.
friends with
At
you.
camp, he is going
Yeah,
to
but that's so
welcome you.
I got
He'll
you.
Introduce you to everybody in the cabin.
I know.
You'll
Yeah.
be in good hands.
Come on in.
Triple check. Okay, this is gonna sound weird, but do you guys have like a handwriting of gods? And he like sifts into his backpack and he pulls out the copy of the Great Gatsby.
Yo,
And
Great
he
Gatsby,
flips
great
to the
edition.
back.
What is that?
And he's
2011,
like,
2012?
It says 2011.
Yeah.
I looked at both. I'm like, I only want to show you guys because this isn't either of my parents' handwriting. And he flips to the back and it shows the be prepared.
Die Immortals. Yeah, that's
Be
mom.
and he
Prepared.
like points up to the owl like, yeah.
You look up. Yeah.
Cool. No,
Silver script, kind of flowing.
Yeah.
She changes it every so often. She's always like learning new styles of fonts. Yeah. You got a gift from mom. That's. You see, he kind of looks impressed in that, like, not bad.
Not everyone gets gifts from their godly parents.
Cool. He clutches it a little bit tighter.
Archie
'cause he's
Dixon,
like,
definitely.
You see, he's like, hey,
Is that all she wrote in there, or did she write
That's
more?
all she wrote, huh?
Yeah, he read through the
is
full
so
thing
loved
front to
by their
back
parents.
because he was really bored.
interesting.
It became like a hyperfixation, like on the bus. He's like,
Just reading
yeah,
that
like
one thing.
he just
Yeah.
read.
And
that's all she wrote.
And that's all she wrote.
He finished it in 2
Um,
hours. Or actually, August, is there more in there that I missed?
Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Come on. August is like, no! Can I continually make
No.
it on?
I love.
cursed
This
that.
is for the time.
It's his fault.
I
He
did
jokingly
not-
cursed it in the beginning section.
I did not roll above a 10.
How could you?
3 plus 1 is
4.
history.
I will say this note, Trent. This is just a book. Besides the note in the back,
Also,
it is
Cassie
just
was
a normal.
totally bisexual, but it's fine.
You
They
see,
were close to the same
Malcolm just like, hey, it's cool. Keep
Sorry,
it. Hey,
I
Willow,
just-
I
I
got it
didn't-
from here. If you
you
want to go
can-
head off,
I am sorry, I didn't mean to flaunt. I just didn't know.
dude,
what
it's
to
cool.
ask.
You see, Malcolm takes you in. Will, you can either. What do you want to do actually?
I told my boyfriend to go find him, so I'm gonna
So,
go
go to
find
cabin
him.
9. As Malcolm leads you in, Trent, you are greeted along the walls a lot of smart boards, books. You see people are doing stuff. A lot of smart people stuff. All of the beds are like in a hard push to the side, like one after the other.
That's fair.
You actually see there's a couple people in here building with Legos. You see they are building what looks to be a 1-to-1 scale, or obviously more like a 326-to-1 scale of the Golden Gate Bridge. You see one of them is like, if you put the 1x1s going upwards connected with the string, the other one's like, you cut the Legos, I cut you, and you see they're holding a dagger. It's just like, but we just drill a small hole. It would. The structural integrity is like, if we can't build it with Legos, then we're worthless. You see Mouse like, hey, whoa, everybody, we're all right.
Shreddy
Do
picks
it
up one of
justice,
the
yeah.
bending pieces and goes, what if you just hear me out? So, and he pulls out a couple of like the smaller tubes, and it's like, if you kind of like make the connectors like the tubes, I know it's not the same color, but you can get that arc.
You see one of them just like, that's pretty good. Starts going out, it's like, Lila, Hank, meet our new brother. This is Trent. You see they're like, oh, hey, what's up?
Hi.
And it's like, yep, Child of Athena. Welcome.
You're calling me.
I don't.
What?
Yes, secrets to share.
I have secrets to share through FaceTime. I did not realize that. I actually did that.
As he's like, okay.
Because I have it open on my phone and screen, sometimes I will be typing stuff up and not realize that. I'm so sorry. Trent, you're going through, as you see, they're like, hey, we got some stuff. So what do you have in terms of supplies? You good?
So I have a sword. I have like my backpack. And I have like some money. My suit. I should probably.
Well, you got that stick in your belt.
Sticky! And he pulls it out.
You say like, oh,
Yeah.
cool. All right.
And he looks around and he says to Sushi, he's like, sorry, I kind of feel like I don't belong. I know I'm pretty dumb.
Hey, whoa! You see Malcolm puts an arm around you, just like, there's no such thing as dumb, only unintelligent. Which means,
Am I unintelligent?
because that means intelligence will come.
Oh.
It's okay. Not everyone starts off brilliant.
I
And
have,
hey,
like, a
it's
suitcase,
tough.
But I think it went to JFK.
No, it's coming in. You look over, your suitcase is on the bed.
Sick.
So,
Okay.
yeah, honestly, I was wondering. It kind of showed up from some air spirits. Didn't know, but I guess they knew.
Okay.
Oh
Seems
yeah,
like
like
everybody
everybody in the rest of our life.
Besides me.
Hey, but here, we got you some stuff. Go ahead, you can add in Adventures Pack to your inventory as well, as they give you, like, a small bedroll, some rations.
I did the wrong thing.
Oh, yeah, Adventures Pack. But basically, starting to put that in. We are going to cut now. I will say, all of you have a moment. Willow, you are able to meet up with Jake. I will say, you probably just have a chance to, like, have a nice, long talk. Go on a date.
In like 5 months.
Months, right? Like,
at school.
right, like the last time was like you were able to dip out briefly over break, and so it's been a long time. For the rest of you, cut to the dinner time. A lot of you have a chance
We
to.
wanted to talk to our parents.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I'm going to is we're going to go around and say what did everyone want to do in the downtown. I will start with the twins. You guys going in this big hall. When Chiron dropped you off in the hey, we'll have someone bring cots or bunks nearby. This is a very grand hall, and in the middle of it is a giant statue of Zeus.
Dad did always like banks, didn't he?
You see, as you're looking at the statue, it does bear that striking resemblance to General Wilson, the dad you both knew. As you are looking, though, around, you both do find, as you go around an alcove, behind the statue, a small little bed. Or bed's maybe not the best word. It is more of like a sleeping bag with a bunch of pads, and a bunch of pictures taped on the walls.
I'm gonna go take a look at like all
Yeah,
the
I
pictures.
want to see them.
You see the pictures. You see there are some very old. You see there's one with these 3 kids, very young. One girl, though, with like jet black hair and piercing blue eyes, though, that look a lot like your guys. As you look through the other pictures, some of these actually do look newer. You see what seems to be a kid with blonde hair and blue eyes, with his arm around this girl, much darker skin with her hair braided with a feather, and another much more Hispanic-looking kid. You see then pictures of a lot of different things, and for our viewers at home and those just know, a lot of scenes from the books, right? Like things from at camp or on their adventures, just kind of taped here and there, some old and some new.
It's so sad. I don't think we should do this.
It's so sweet.
Yeah. I wonder- These are like all our siblings.
Please
Please, that's a lot. I will
You
say,
are enough.
maybe some of them do look familiar, right? It's like one of those, like, you look at the statue, you look at the photo, you look at each other, like,
we're like Zonia, not Thalia and Grace. So
Um,
we
you-
got Thalia and Grace. Thalia and Jason like.
Tally, Jason, both of them look pretty similar. I will say, though, the boy Chiron never mentioned.
I'm sorry.
Eleanor, I'm so sorry.
I
As you
was
guys
good. I will
go through, you are able to go to the bathrooms. Chiron instructs, like, on the edge, there's, like, a little water spout you can turn on for a rainbow and tells you what to do.
Let's talk to Mom.
Okay.
So you guys, what do you say as you toss the coin?
I'm assuming someone had told us how to.
Chiron taught you the
Yeah.
verbiage, but I need to hear from you so
What
I
is
know
her
what I
mom
can
saying?
give you.
'Cause
Oh,
I feel
right.
Like it would be like, actually, like,
no, your mom,
it says mom,
Ariana Wilson.
Ariana.
Donna Wilson.
We want to talk to Ariana Wilson, ma'am.
Honestly.
You see your mom is sitting at a kitchen table, puffy red eyes. Looks like she's been crying.
Mom.
Oh my god! Oh! She runs up immediately. The image. Oh, okay, you're not here. Oh my gosh, are you okay,
Mom, we're okay. See?
Oh,
We have our fingers.
Oh my! Oh, I'm so glad.
We have all our fingers.
That's what's going on? Are you okay?
Yeah. We're at a camp, Camp Halfblood. What?
know. Your dad said this would happen.
But wait, do you? So
How much do you know?
yeah.
We weren't gonna tell you until maybe you came back, because then you'd been 12. It was... Are you safe? You're both fed?
Yeah.
Taking care of each other?
Yeah.
Thank
We're
you.
good.
I'm sorry. I was gonna tell you sooner, and
So
now
you knew that he was Zeus?
Yeah.
Are you guys actually married?
No. It's unfortunate. We didn't want to make it, but we couldn't tell you that we were your real parents, because if you knew you were adopted, it helped. And
So you are our mom, or are you
Mom,
actually our
I'm
adopted
so
mom?
sorry. Oh, you see, she starts bawling
Is
again.
that birth mom?
She's your actual birth mother. Listen.
Yeah.
You see, she starts bawling, just like, I'm just glad you're safe, and oh my gosh, I didn't hear from you. I waited at the airport, and I called the police, and no one heard anything, and I tried reaching out to your dad, but he's not answering.
I'm sorry. There were some
Okay.
giants.
But you know now. Okay, listen, honey. Okay, it'll be cool. It'll be safe. I love you. I'm gonna have to go.
Oh.
Listen,
Okay.
Dad. Your dad told me. Now that you know, I kind of need to be on the move.
No.
You know, your father's wife doesn't really like
Oh.
me, and it's not bad. I just need to. I can't. I sold the house. I've talked to my dad. I'm gonna travel around with the army a little bit. But I'll keep in contact. I'll write letters. I think what's his name? Chiron. He sent me. I was talking to him. I'll send you letters so you can still come visit.
Yeah, Mom, we'll do camping together.
You see, she is full bawling. And she was not ready for you guys to leave, right? Like empty nester, but like in the worst way. Surprise!
I'm 12 years old.
Hey, Mom, we'll try and talk to Dad, and we'll tell you if we can.
Good luck. It's very hard. You know, I mean, I didn't believe it at first when he and I first kind of dated, and he's a very important guy.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to talk. Usually, I could just call his name and he would come, and
Mom,
it's okay. I love you both. I'm so glad you're safe. I don't know what would have happened to me if anything happened
It's okay.
to either of you.
We'll keep Alexi alive.
You see, she gives that like kind of like sad laugh. That okay. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm so emotional. It's helpful to see you. Oh, I'm so glad. We'll write letters because I know they don't like the texting. That's what Chiron told me.
Our phones are in a river.
Okay, don't worry. I'm just glad you're okay.
You're welcome.
I'll say, like, you have that, like, just
Thanks
final
for
bit of
having
check-in
me.
before ending, and she is able to end the call. And you guys are, so now you know. Your mom is okay,
Yeah.
but now is going to be heavily traveling right now. Because that's not good. Now that you know, you know.
Okay, cool. Now we want to try and talk to Zeus.
Yeah. So.
Alrighty.
That's gonna do too.
Are you,
That's super
what
fun.
do you say when you throw in the coin?
Alright.
Iris, ma'am, goddess of the rainbow.
We want to talk to our dad, Zeus.
Zeus, Thing of Storms. What was his title?
Is that a title? You toss the coin in. The image flickers and ripples, and greeted on the other side is not your father, but in fact a woman with a tie-dye bandana, stringy dreads,
Gonna die.
and
Oh.
like kind of like half-moon glasses. She's, hi, sorry. I'm Iris, goddess of the rainbow, directing your call.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
okay.
we are not receiving anything for Zeus, Lord of the Skies currently. Please try again later.
Wait, can we leave a message?
I can take a message if you'd like.
Can it be with urgency? He's our dad?
I'll mark it down as urgent.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright,
I just want to ask him what the frick he did.
So, Dad, so we're at Camp Halfblood now.
At Camp Halfblood now.
Any additional
Any
info we
additional-
could get would be really nice at this point.
Info's nice.
I all of a
Point.
sudden shot lightning out of my hands.
Lightning.
Yeah,
well done,
I
hon.
think
Alright.
it's
All right.
Am I an airbender? Okay.
Air-
Am I an airbender?
Airbender question mark. All right. That's kind of all I can take.
Wait, but-
Cute kids. Bye. As the rainbow dissolves. That is all you will get. Lee, what do you want to be doing in any of this downtime before nighttime?
Fun.
It depends on how much time I have. There are a couple of things I'd like to do with my
Oh,
time.
we're gonna be
Yes.
struck down.
So
Right here
part of
now.
me wants to like go find a space where I can practice with my new bronze staff and try and get into that like meditative zone to like calm myself down and like figure stuff out.
Cool.
And then like once I've gotten myself more centered, I want to see if I can track down Chiron and tell him about like how do I
Go ahead and roll investigation then.
It's not gonna be great. You said investigation?
Yes.
That is going to be an 8.
And 8. You're not finding him. You kind of wander around camp. There's not a lot. Julia told you guys, like, I think Archie and Lee, like, kind of schedules, like, hey, but, you know, for now, don't worry about being to, like, archery practice later. It's not that important. Just take them out, get adjusted to the camp. Don't go into the woods without supervision. Little stuff. But no, you don't find Chiron before dinner. Mike, you are alone in this very low-set cabin, like the kinds you would find at the beach. Coral and seashell on the stones on the walls, and in the corner is a fountain with that reflective blue and green light kind of splashing up from somewhere, and in the bottom of it are a couple coins.
Okay. I'll take them.
Awesome. You get included with the 5 you got earlier. You now have 20 drachma total.
What?
Fetch. Okay.
You say a couple coins.
So, I do have a question for you.
12.
Where did I do the iris message earlier at? Was it
At the lake with the rainbow. You are seeing this fountain, as it's spraying, has a light rainbow spray coming out from the lights that are coming out of it.
But the lake works for...
The lake does work. Like, what you're getting... I don't think Kayla did actually tell you how it worked, but it's just like... The lake was how you got it. You know, the nymphs in the lake were able to do some stuff, and all you knew is you threw a coin into a rainbow. And so there is a slight miss rainbow in this fountain, I'll tell you, but that is what you know.
Okay. So here's my thought process. Tonight, after everyone goes to bed, I kind of want to sneak out, go down to the lake, and try and do it at the lake.
Gotcha.
Just because
Right.
that's what I'm familiar with, and also that's where I was comfortable earlier.
Oh, wait. Your suitcase does appear, so you have all your stuff.
Cool.
And sorry, for all of you, so go ahead and make sure you know you have all your stuff.
Cool. It's good to know.
Willow, besides going on a date with Jake, just kind of like, I'd say you probably get some food, maybe go for a walk. Is there anything specifically you're doing before dinner tonight?
I might take some time and train just because I haven't had a chance to train since
Awesome.
I left. And that'll give me time to like really process like despite my like sassiness to Mr. D, like there is some seriousness
It's-
in the,
yeah.
oh, you messed up again.
It is one of those, it's a power move to walk out on a god, and you know Mr. G's not going to do anything. I mean, he might, but like,
I mean,
it is that
might.
there,
Turn you into a great bush.
or a dolphin. Right, no, it is that very serious though, like, this is the second time now. I mean, yeah, they're all safe, but you turned into a tree before they got back, and it's very lucky no one died. I'll say Jake's probably training with you as well, right? Like, in the, like, helping set out dummies, like, going through routines. At one point, you know, he obviously, with no insight check needed, it's just like, hey, you okay?
I was joking about being on probation, but I essentially am on probation, and it's missing.
Listen, you know, Mr. D, you're a great protector, and those half-bloods made it here.
I can't defend them, except until I turn into...
Hey,
I turn into a tree!
6 of them
Hey,
are
take a try.
alive because of you, Willow. You did great.
Captain Car on the way there.
Hey, and if there's anything I learned, our parentage can be weird. My dad, the closest I've gotten to him is he sent me a bucket of literal bolts for my birthday last year.
You use those bolts, though.
I did use those bolts. Damn, that was a pretty cool muffler I made to the car. But that's not the point, is you get to make your own destiny. The fates There's a reason there's 3 fates, babe. Like, the fates, you don't have to just be a dryad. And I know you'll be great, because those half-bloods are alive thanks to you.
It's true. I just wish I could figure out how to control that urge. Because, like, that's something that demigods, when they get, like, scared, they go into, like, hyper, like, their ADHD kicks in, and they're, like, you guys are incredible at just, like,
Oh, yeah.
in the moment. But, like, I turn into a tree.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you'll figure out how that could be useful. I don't know.
Tree's powers activate.
Literally the ASDF. And you would know, Jake would know that. But he's being tactful and not saying it, I will say. And I'll say, yeah, you guys just kind of have them and then go into training as you kind of talk through that. Trent, is there anything you're specifically trying to do?
Just making sure that there's an email sent to not only my mom but also my dad, because he gets a hunch that they're probably not going to look
You
at
see,
the joint email
Malcolm brings you is like, hey, it's sketchy. The smart boards, we can do slight emails. Don't tell anyone else in camp.
Yeah, my dad doesn't read anything unless it's in an email.
No, I get that. I get that. Like, my mom, that's same way. No, but that's fair.
And I have to.
You put it in. You can put in that, like, hey, I'm okay.
Hey, I'm okay. The school has sent me to a summer camp. I'll be okay in the next 3 months. Please send emails to, and I put in the address.
Yeah, Malcolm. This is like strawberry fields are fun at gmail.com.
It's a camp where they mainly do strawberries. Anywho, let me know if there's anything going on. He's almost putting it in there as like a nudge of like.
See if he'll say anything. I like it.
Let me know if there's anything going on. Love you both. Trent.
You send that off. You see Malcolm just kind of like, it's like an awkward, poignant moment.
Write the
yeah.
words, I love you both. And then he just hits send.
See Malcolm just, hey, I mean, you got both parents. That's nice. Not
good.
All right.
I guess
hey,
just
you see, like, after another, like, half moment of awkwardness, just, well, the email didn't get sent back as spam or trash, so it went through.
That's good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I am.
Cool. You see, he closes out the program, just like, we can't use it too often,
yeah,
you know, because people don't.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You hungry?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go get food.
Yeah. That
Archie, what are you doing before dinner? Archie's just freaking out, just screaming.
Well, he would he'd wander off, honestly.
Yes.
And just be like super, just everything that's going on, a little overwhelmed, and eventually he will work up the courage to try to call his mom.
Same Iris message, right?
Yeah, he has no idea what he's going to say.
I'll say, yeah, like, it's getting that later in the day. I'll say it's that, like, you know, when you're standing by the phone, but in this case, you're standing by the bathrooms, like, do I do it or not? And, like, all the time, like, half-bloods are passing you just kind of, like, watching, because you're just staring at the bathrooms. But after a while, you get the courage, you go over to the spray, turn it on, and you can throw in the coin. What do you say to get out? Because, yes, your mom... her name technically is Eleanor Marypen, but she goes by Nellie Marypen.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really be sure, and so I'd use the full name.
Okay.
Just,
you throw it.
Sure.
Full Eleanor Marypen and Georgia, CC at like like not sure how this works. The screen bubbles and shifts, and you see your mom. She is sitting what looks like at a police station. You see she's standing at a desk. You see some guy has just started walking away. She also looks very distraught. You see there's like a notepad and everything, as this is the scene you are entered in.
Mom?
Don't watch it! Oh my gosh. Oh. You're alive.
I'm okay.
Why are you?
It's really weird. I don't really know
Archimedes, Mary Penn, you tell me what's going on right now.
Archimedes.
She's that full, like, I will say, like, there's no middle name just because this is, like, a full name for you. You see, she is like, okay, that southern fire of,
Like,
tell
well,
me.
now I know it's okay.
I'm at a camp in New York. Yeah.
Oh my, okay.
A lot happened.
All right.
And I'm okay. And
Good.
I'm safe. I don't know what to tell you. I'll have.
Is this like a school thing? Are you?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what?
I'll have the camp director reach out to you.
You better have the camp director reach out to me, young man.
Okay.
You are lucky. I'm not booking a flight up to New York right now. I will come and get you.
I don't know where I'm at.
You do not know where you are at? Sorry. Do you say that out loud? You see, she's just like, well, then you better be sending me something, or I will be coming up there with the Falls, Georgia State Police.
Okay.
I love this woman. Right?
Okay. I'm sorry.
I love you. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
He'd cry a little bit.
I think you're both. I think tears are both big checks. She's just. I didn't know what to do. You weren't there, and no one had heard from you. And I called the school, and they said that you had gotten on the plane, and I didn't know what the plane was. And now I'm hearing stuff about something blowing up down in Carolina, and I. Are you safe?
Yes.
Do you trust the people at this camp?
Yes.
Thinks back to how Trent almost.
Trent almost whacking him. You see, no, your mom just. Okay, that's good to know.
I'll keep in touch.
You best. I'm sorry, that was never an option. You see, your mom just, it's like, your mom does love you, but you see this very, like, fiery, like, she's very, like, hey, because of everything, it's like,
You can see why he was nervous.
I don't know if I should call my mom, do I just let her think I'm dead? But your mom just in that, all right, I'm sorry, and is this, what is going on? How am I seeing you?
I honestly am not entirely sure.
Is this one of those new Zoomin'?
Yes.
All right. Zoom me. Give me the calls. I love you, Archie. I'm glad you're okay. I didn't know you were going to. I didn't know Wolf Creek offered a camp, but that is lovely.
But I'm here now.
Okay. I love you and stay safe.
Will do.
And I expect no later than this evening a letter or email from this camp director.
Okay.
Right now, you see, as she kind of nods.
Matt's here?
Matthew?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! All right.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Okay.
I'm with family.
I did not realize that Liza was sending him there. All right. Wonderful. Oh, why did you not lead with that, Archie? I feel so much better now. Matt is a good boy. I trust. And if Liza's sending her boy to that camp, then I know you're okay. Oh, my.
Yeah.
Because he's a 12-year-old.
All right, Archie, stay safe. Tell Matt I say hi. I will be sending them some peach jam here soon. It's in season. It's some good stuff.
Okay.
I love you. All right. So like, is this to share? And with that, you again wrapping up any last formalities. The love you too, love you more. And she ends this call, or it just kind of dissolves away. As you were all, I will say Julia kind of rounds up Archie, Lee. The rest of you are sent. You hear the horns, and it is dinner time. As you all head up, I have to ask though, Mike, with your trident, are you still carrying it with you?
Of course.
Hell yeah! Sorry, that's too cool. But for the rest of you, you can have your weapons, or if you want to keep them concealed or whatnot. A lot of people do keep weapons on. It's like it's not abnormal. I will say though, Mike, walking up, a lot of people are giving you the side eye and talking, just like.
I have a question.
Yes.
How big is it? Because like I'm not a big guy because I'm like 13.
Yeah.
So, like, is it a standard size trident or is it?
This
like,
is the size of you.
Okay.
Like it's, but that's the thing is, it doesn't feel like heavy at all. It feels right in your hands, right? In that like, yeah, I can like hold it, spin it, like.
I just keep the picturing like Sidon and Mifa in Age of Calamity.
Literally, yeah, like that. Like it's a classic trident. Very simple. Like the engravings seem to be in like not even what you'd assume is now Greek, because Chiron kind of explained that, but like something older and ancient. But hey, it's cool.
Can I read it?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
All of you get to there. Chiron helps show for you two where the Zeus table is, and beside, which is right next to each other. So like you're sitting there, looking at your plates. The microwave's back.
Wait!
Guys,
Okay, I haven't seen the rest of you in forever.
you see, as you're all sitting there, Julia talking to you two, the rest of you three are just looking at plates.
Can I go sit by Mike because he's all alone?
You can sit, and then you're, because it's like then like right off, like on picnic table, the twins are right there as well. You can sit there. Trent, you see Malcolm's like,
Can
yeah.
I didn't know if we're supposed to sit with the cabin.
Yeah, it's kind of a family thing. I mean,
Okay.
are you hungry? What do you want?
What?
What do you want?
Okay, he's like wrapping his head. He's trying to think of anything because he's never actually cared for the food.
I'll
that
give you,
Chef's made.
hey, some of my favorite stuff are baby back ribs with a tangy barbecue. You watch.
No, a bodega hoagie.
Oh, all right. Odd choice. You watch as your plates fly off with wind. You see, he's like, yeah, some of our friends, think of them like third cousins. They've got venti and like, it's a helpful to help get to the kitchen. Long story, I'll explain. You've gone through enough today. Your plate flies back immediately, bodega style, even wrapped in plastic, like you'd find it. And he says, just tell your cup what you want to.
He like picks up the glass.
That very sizzly carbonates. You see, the rest of you, Willow, you can explain to everyone as well. Once you have your food, Malcolm and I'll say Julia, who's sitting next to Lee and Archie, just like, all right.
Well, so I probably have Archie like show up a little late.
Oh, okay.
And then just kind of sit by himself,
Just
not
like-
knowing at all about the sightseeing.
I will say, you sit down. I just made let me make a roll. You sit at a table. A lot of these kids look at you. These, as you look at them, are the roughest and toughest, most angriest people. You see one of them just like, do you want me to slam your nose into this table, kid?
Are you threatening my freaking?
Well, no,
Trey, you don't see this. You're
yeah.
Trey, you have no perception.
That's fair.
Beat it. Sit with the other end, claim freak.
Just move to an empty table.
You just moved to an empty table. I'll make another roll.
Roll good.
You sit at the table. No one's there. As you're sitting there, no, you after a while, you look up and see this dude in the leopard shirt looking at you really funny, and just gives you that like.
Will I have seen this now?
At this point, Willow, you see Archie sitting at Dionysus's table.
That's hilarious.
Why didn't you come with me?
Archie buddy.
Archie buddy.
Archie buddy, Fred takes
I'm
you.
gonna glare back at Mr. and be like,
I love this. Oh, girly.
You look down. Your shoes are now these strange like vine sock things. And you see Mr. G just like goes back to eating. The rest of you at one point, Julia talks to Lee just like, hey, we do give offering to the gods, kind of like prayer. You see a lot of campers like once they get their food, there's a lot of talking going around. I'll go up. Does anyone do anything specific or have any requests when you go up to scrape? Lee.
Yes. I'm not sure how this whole prayer thing works. I'll say what everyone else is saying out loud, like, oh, for the gods or whatever. but like silently, I want to attempt a more specific prayer, basically asking for godly help to find my dad or figure out what's going on with him.
I love how
You scrape in. I will say.
He's the only person in my life who's ever heard about me.
nothing about who your godly parent is.
Well, 'cause they
Lee,
weren't there. Why would I
what
care?
food do you think you have? Sorry, I should have asked.
I think kongi is my comfort
Konki.
food.
As you get the smell, that ginger and spices as it kind of burns. Again, not acrid. It smells like it's like fresh out of a wok. That very and just the smoke trails up to the sky. Anyone else? Elena, what do you have and what are you praying for?
Would Zeus have cooked for his family?
When you guys were camping out, he would make steaks.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably roast
That's
potatoes.
actually exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, there you go.
Raw
Steak and
corn,
potatoes. That
steak,
very like
steak.
this sounds so the all American meal, right? Like steak, potatoes, and some like green beans. That
You
to round
are
up.
army brats.
As you're scraping in
Sea
part of the
rations.
steak in, what do both of you? I'd say like, is there anything specific you would like pray out? Right?
I'm actually kind of pissed. So I'm gonna be Dad.
You need to talk to us because you broke some rules and you told us to follow the rules.
Oh,
You put that the smell of like cooked steak, that very like soft, like buttery, like kind of garlic, just fills your sense. Alexi, is there anything specific you would say?
oh. I'm like scraping a little bit of steak in there. Just, hey, Dad, could really use a chat like when you and me would just go on our fishing trips.
You put that.
Breaking my heart.
Elena's a little tanked. Alexa just like, Dad, where are you? Right? Mike, is there anything specific you would do?
I would say what everyone's saying, but then I would also say something like, Dad, I need to talk to you. I'm going to call tonight at
It's like after.
11 o'clock.
Yeah.
You're gonna make it later than that, dude. We have campfire.
Oh yeah.
I'll need to call you tonight at 1 o'clock. Please be ready.
Cool. Trent,
What
what are you doing, bud?
Takes,
half the hoagie.
he thinks like actually he's gonna take like half of the hoagie. So it's like it's practical, it's smart. You can get it really fast, and, like go on your way. And so he goes up to the fire. It's like I thank you for the book. I'm kind of used to absent parents, so just don't be a stranger. Thanks. And he tosses half the hoagie in.
Go ahead and make me another history check.
I need the song from the person.
Ah! Yes! Yes! I'm proficient! Oh, that's a 22!
The curse moron. Dang it.
42. Trent, you're thinking about the book, you're thinking about everything, and you think about, for some reason, in your dream, the strange museum lady that was staring at you.
What?
And I think for the first time, starting to do that, Athena, putting the pieces together, you think about that lady that was taking such an odd interest in you, and you get the feeling, no words, but that feeling of like, what do you mean don't abandon you?
No, I just said don't be a stranger. Okay.
Like no, like and not like again, just that general impression of like I'm not like gone. You get that, Archie.
He smiles a little bit 'cause he
sorry.
realized-
Everyone else has good
He
parents.
just smiles a little bit because he
need
realized
that,
his
like-
mom saw his airplane and he was super proud of
A
it.
6.
We need that like
I don't know,
song
we get, like,
from
normal
Jackson in
parents.
school that being like children of God.
Oh,
stuff.
things couldn't be worse. But that song is copyright. That was the reason I was gonna sing it, but
if
we
we
can't.
sing it, it's fair use.
No, it's not. That's not how this works. But Archie, is there anything specific you would do?
Well, Archie would probably get like some sort of southern comfort food, like chicken fried steak, but would not feel like eating. And so
Yeah.
after a little bit, just like throw the vast majority of it in the fire and be like, or whoever you are.
Take it. This burns away and
Any God
sizzles.
out there?
Anyone? As that kind of like the very like that thick potatoes gravy smell fills your nostrils as it broils away into this smoke that curls up to the sky.
I want some chicken fried steak.
I want some chicken. You go sit back down. I think at this point Julia would have noticed you and been like, Archie, do you want to sit with us? We got the table.
Dude, you have open so you can keep it. No.
Sure.
All right, you're good. Sits down. You see at one point, Chiron clacks his hoof against the cement ground. Just, heroes! Another well day of training and classes. this wonderful meal in our bellies. We are glad we are all here, and we praise the gods. A lot of campers to the gods, like raising their cups. He says, we wish, of course, to welcome our newest members of our camp. We have Alexi and Elena Wilson, children of Zeus. Everyone kind of, that shuffle turn, like in church where people like try to look at people. Everyone turns and looks at you. Aquarave, a lot of you is just, we have Chiron and Clearso, Michael Rucker, the son of Poseidon, joining us.
I'll stand up and I'll pose with my
The trident. You hear someone call out like, "Fake poser!"
Oh!
Yusukara just slams the hoof, just enough.
Harry's cabin hates her.
I was gonna say, there's some bad blood being a son of Poseidon here. We have.
With Percy though now because he had Annabeth. Well, it's Ares cabin that's still really.
You have, Chiron goes. We have, of course, Trent Lancaster, the son of Athena.
He's like, how
Malcolm,
wait.
Nope.
You guys, first thing, you see Trent looking very deer in the headlights. You guys haven't seen him since what?
Yeah, we'll be a little late.
All of you are like, oh, Trent's a who now?
Help me, eyes! I just want to
Help me, eyes!
I want the owl.
And of course, 2 unclaimed students, Miss Nali and Archimedes Meripin. Your points,
Stand up.
kind of awkward. Hello. Chiron just. Yes, well, very good. Welcome.
You didn't
Yeah.
Oh, he did? Okay, I just... Archie and I went together.
Yeah, 2 because they're unclaimed. Just and we don't know their parents, but they're here.
That makes sense.
You see Chiron just. Very well. We are very glad. Of course, we are heading down to the campfire for brief s'mores. As you know, though, it is Friday evening. We are very excited for a game of Capture the Flag. Please, of course, remember, we are not maiming or injuring our fellow campmates as we are family. And I will see you all down there.
I looked like at Malcolm
Archie
like,
would-
there's going to be maiming.
Right? You see Maple, who's also sitting near you, just like, it's cool. It's all, you're good. No one really dies in the past couple decades. People have lost limbs. Yes, Archie.
Archie would grab Chiron if he
Before he
can.
leaves.
I
Yeah, you
was
can.
actually about to
A lot of
say
people.
that.
I mean, dinner's over. A lot of people are getting up. You see the cabin that you were sitting with. Those rough and down. They're all like, like they're that weird chanting as they're going down. A lot of people are finding out. You can grab Chiron. You say, yes, Archie.
So I talked to my mom.
Good.
Yeah, she really liked some information on everything.
Not to worry. I've sent off both emails and letters that should be arriving within the hour due to air spirits. We make sure that all campers have access to their families and relations.
She wasn't the happiest, but yeah.
It's all right. It does help. I've talked with your cousin Matthew, and his parents know it's a summer camp with great academics, and it looks good on a college scholarship.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
So can I also grab Chiron really quickly?
Yeah, I'll say you could have gone up with Archie.
Yeah, because I want to explain to Chiron that my dad is missing and the Ares message couldn't find him and I don't know how to contact him. and I'm
You see
very-
Chiron just in the same well, we have sent air spirits. I should then possibly receive word by tonight. They are going to the last known residence of your adoptive father, I believe. I will tell you as best I can. I don't know what could be happening. Iris messaging has many faults to it. I mean, no offense to Iris, of course, but she's not always the best at immediately finding people. But do not worry, Miss Lee. You will find him.
Thank you.
All of you are getting ready. I will say Maple and Willow are probably, a lot of you guys are kind of near. A lot of people have already started running down to the fireplace. Maple's looking at you, Trent, like, hey, it'll be good. Honestly, capture flag's not that hard. It's just
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm paired
intense.
up with the smart kids, and I'm not as...
You're a smart kid. Dude, you're really smart. Don't undervalue yourself. Come on. You see, I'll say Malcolm sticking around, kind of claps on the shoulders, don't worry. Honestly, the only times we've ever lost capture the flag is when we wanted to lose the flag because we wanted a better team.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
All you are going up. We as you go, the campfire, nothing to write home about. A lot of you are sitting there toasting marshmallows and s'mores. I will say, Alexi and Elena, as you're at the fire, kind of just like sitting next to like there's no more like table. A lot of people are still more grouped up. There are banners to sit under, right? Both of you notice down by the fire pit there seems to be this lady who almost looks like your dad. Like there was this like
Lady looks like her dad?
like it's one of those like that looked like
resemblance.
someone, but like when you look gone, like you know. And honestly, the more you look, every so often, a lot of campers kind of seem similar in that, like, oh, I could see the eyes, or oh, well, the nose shape, the facial feature, or the skin.
Which
I
makes
guess,
sense because they're children of Zeus.
right? There's just every so often little bits and pieces. As you're sitting at the campfire, I will say most of you are sitting next to each other or close enough. Willow and Maple, you can help explain like kind of what's going to happen with capture the flag, because you know this, Willow. There hasn't been anyone to claim either cabin in a long time, right? There was no one to claim. So they are going to get to basically get drafted into one of the two teams.
So, because Jake is in Hephaestus, can I talk him into having, like, the clump of them just go with the Hephaestus cabin? That way, because that's who I would play with anyway.
Right, you're going to play with Hephaestus. I will say this. So, Willow, what you know is currently the current leaders or the holders of the flags is Ares cabin has one flag and the Hermes cabin has the other. You know that the Ares cabin, in swap for not having to do KP or bathroom cleanup, Hephaestus cabin is on the Ares team. So you see Jake's like, yeah, I'll go talk to Sherman. Like, I'll see if we can.
Don't mention Mike. He'll just kind of randomly be there.
No, yeah, I got it. It's cool. So Mike will just show up. As you sit there,
The unclaims?
Yeah.
Let's see why not.
Cool, because Leaf's cool and
Yeah.
Archie does stuff.
Hephaestus, there's no Dionysus cabin.
I've only seen a portion of it.
Aphrodite. Sorry, I just had to
Lee's
find my.
cool, and Archie's there.
All right. As you see, standing up in front of the fire, Chiron is standing there. Julia and this other guy, Will, you know this is Sherman, leader of the Ares cabin, are standing in front of the fire. You see Chiron just, well, and of course we need to quickly decipher the best division of the teams. I drew lots, and it seemed that the Hermes cabin gets to decide first amongst the unclaimed cabin mates. You see, he's looking at you two and Mike, you know, just kind of that, like, looking. You see Julia, yeah, hi, we would like to claim, if you would love to join us, the Zeus cabin for us. So, kind of just, of course.
Are we gonna have some PvP here?
We are, because Ares cabin has Hephaestus and Aphrodite and the Athena cabin on their team. You see Sherman then looks just like, all right, cool. To keep it fair, we'll take Poseidon cabin. He's not looking at you, Mike, because again, like, I think you may have heard, like, someone whisper, it's like, dude, they hate you, bro. Or, like, something. But it's not like you can't have two children of Zeus on one side and not get a child of the big three on your team. Like, that would suck.
Yeah. Little do they know. Little does anyone know.
So yes, so currently Willow, Trent, and Mike, you guys are on the red team. You will be on red team. Archie, Lee, Alexi, and Elena, you are on the blue team. Specifically going through Poseidon, Demeter, Athena, Ares. Apollo is on their team. Hephaestus, Aphrodite, and Hermes.
Oh, wait, you're
There is no.
against us?
Yeah.
I like this guy.
We got RT.
You guys, here's why I will let you know. I'm just like, if you're curious, gotta quickly write down. That's Nike. There is no such Hypnos. But we have Nike and
We're losing friends.
Nemesis. All right. Sorry. I had to quickly make sure I had my cabins divided up because I forgot to do that. That was on me. So for red team, you guys, the Ares cabin is in charge. Sherman is the head. Hephaestus cabin, Aphrodite, Athena, Poseidon, Nike, and Nemesis are all on your team.
Y'all got Nike and Nemesis. Friend.
On your guys' Hermes cabin is currently in charge. Demeter cabin is also with you, as well as Zeus, Apollo, Hecate, and Hypnos.
We get all the wizards.
Yeah.
All those. As you're all getting off,
That would actually be like Dream Team.
Or maybe like
honestly.
warlocks with a bunch of Hellish Rebuke and stuff.
Yeah.
you guys
So
get
it's a bunch of spellcasters among a couple of paladins.
those are just making sure that is all the people. As you guys are getting ready, Julia comes to you guys on blue team like, hey team, okay, gather around. Hey, everyone new. Kizus, do you guys have armor? Do you have like weapons?
Armor, we can get armor.
Do you have armor?
No, I have the sword.
Can we get armor? We have swords.
You see a lot of people are going, okay, cool. We don't have armor for you yet. Can we get some armor? You see like a couple of like Hermes kids are coming over. You see like everyone, pockets, backpacks, turn out now. All of you see a bunch of children of Hermes start like pulling out bits and pieces that have been stolen over the years. Everyone on the blue team, you all get leather armor that you may add.
Alrighty.
I can't even use that.
I know you can't.
And so like Archie would be like, I'm fine, and he'll cast me.
You see Julia. Wow. All right. Cool. Helpful.
So that's gonna be 12 plus dex, right?
I'm holding the.
That
armor
is
and I'm
12
like,
plus your dex.
I am going to also not take the armor.
Yep.
You see, she goes, hey, okay, we play for real.
Mine.
Right.
I
I
forgot to update that.
feel safer because I'm not used to it. I think it would limit my movement too much. I don't know how to make that work. I think I'm better
Okay.
dodging out of the
She's
way.
really fast.
Cool. Yeah, you four, I want to stay with me then, because it's your first time.
Is this Kayla?
This is Julia.
Julia.
Kayla is on your team. You see,
just wanna make sure I
she
know.
and the Apollo. And actually, I will text you because we're not going to reveal plans because this is PvP. She's going to tell you kind of the plan. For red team, Sherman has rallied everyone up. Ares cabin. You guys do have the bulk numbers because of you have Ares, Hephaestus, Aphrodite, and Athena. You guys have a lot of people on your team. You see Sherman's like, alrighty gang, listen up.
Can I cast like bark skin on
Yes, you can.
myself?
You can prep that. He's like, listen, you all know the plan. We've got Malcolm was able to get everyone the plan throughout this week. Is there anyone here who doesn't know what's going on?
Yes.
All right. You see Malcolm's like, I got him. I'll take these two with me, like pointing at Trent and Mike, just like, they can go on my squad. Sherman's like, your funeral? All right. Cool. Listen, and remember, no mercy! You see all the Ares kids, no mercy! Like, all of them just like book it, just start hooting
So
as
the
everyone
Ares
starts like
cabin
jogging.
is Malcolm's like, do you think I should have been in that cabin?
You see Malcolm just like,
I don't know.
nah, they're all talk, no real bite. You're fine.
Okay.
They're on our side, be glad. You see, he looks at you two, he's like, hey, and I thought ahead, I got some armor for you guys. You guys get some pretty cool armor. Let me make sure I give you the right stuff. Not just leather. Hey, you guys got whatever you can find. You can do that right when we start, I think. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Sorry, let me... sorry, and I just realized I've been missing people's messages. I gotta make sure I give you the right armor. Extended armor. Here we go. You guys. Where'd it go?
Y'all got
Oh, here we go.
fancy
You
armor.
guys are going to be getting breastplate armor. So this will be 14 plus
Oh,
your
wait,
dex.
Can rogues do breastplate armor? I thought
No.
that was too heavy.
You cannot, Mike. So that is the downside. Trent, you can wear this breastplate armor. So this will be 14 plus your dex. So you'll
But
have.
with my unarmored movement, I get 12.
Unarmored.
I think.
Wait,
You,
14 plus 2. That's basically the same thing as if I wasn't wearing it.
cool.
Because
So you don't have to
my
wear it.
Unarmored is my my strength, my dex plus 10.
Yeah.
So wait.
No, it's your con.
It's your
not
con.
It's my con and my
Con
dex?
and dex.
Yeah, con
Never
and
mind.
dex.
So then that would have been
I think you want. I think you want to take the breastplate armor, if I'm
sure.
remembering.
What does it make my AC?
That will make your AC 16.
Cool. It's plus 2 points.
This is just for this fight, everyone keep in mind, as this is just kind of the stuff they're giving you. As you all head off, getting ready, Malcolm going with you three. Willow, I'll say Jake is probably going to go with you guys too, so Malcolm and Jake, because they're like leaders in whatever this plan is, that you will find out soon. You five are going off, and you five with Julia head off as well. As you are all heading off into the night, Archie, do you want to do that?
I'm really tempted. Why?
If you do, go ahead and just tell me, what do you think is going to be going through your mind, or like what would be your like thought process?
Archie, knowing like this is going on, he would start looking through his book. Of course, he would try to stay back a little bit and not attract too much attention as he's flipping through it. Who's all with me?
Lee, the twins, and Julia, the Hermes cabin leader. She's the one helping you guys.
Willow's on that team as well, right?
Willow's on your guys' team.
Oh, you're on.
She and Jake are with you guys. I'm adding her right now because you made the group chat. I'm like, you did not add a rude. Wild stuff.
Okay.
Twice.
What's your character's name again?
Elena.
What's his name?
Alexi.
Alexi, Elena, Lee.
Okay.
We got all
Who
the
would I
L's.
grab?
Yeah.
That's very true.
Who would I grab?
Who'd you grab? That sounds so wrong, but I know what you're doing.
Who would I be like, hey, I need some help?
Me.
I will say Lee's probably the one.
Been together the,
Yeah.
The most, especially you're both unclaimed, so to speak.
I'd be like, Lee, I kind of want to try something.
Okay.
And I'll show you the book, like the page, and be like, can you read this?
You read this. This looks like something to find a.
Well, can she read it? Because
Oh.
I know the one.
Oh,
language
right.
I don't even know. Like, I've shown no one else this book.
You can't read this, Lee. This is something in a language. It looks to be shifting almost. It's a language you don't know. And I was going. Well, what languages do you know? Just give me a quick rundown, because I'm.
But, like, I don't even know what the language is.
Exactly. That's why I'm like.
What is this celestial and stuff? I think the only new thing I picked up was Draconic from the subclass.
So no, you're not reading it.
I don't even know what this language
I don't
is.
know what language this is either.
Well, I mean, no, this isn't me as a character. No, me as a player, I don't know what it is. My character knows but can read it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what language it is. What is that written in?
I
Not sure.
can't read this.
It's not any language I know.
Okay. Anyways, do you trust me?
To do what?
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Check this out, and then we'll try to split off in the group, and I want to cast Find Familiar.
Gotcha.
So
You
it's
cast.
a ritual spell.
It
So
is ritual.
if I do it far enough in ahead, like before the game starts,
I will say.
I can do it without casting.
You start casting. You feel something being pulled. What is the time on it?
It's like 11 minutes.
11 minutes?
The underworld.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Tell me if this would creep you
Isn't
out.
that like Kid Hector with bringing back the dog?
Yeah.
No.
I will say this, Archie.
He just wanted a pet.
You feel something. You feel like, unlike any time you've cast a spell, this isn't like something coming out of you. This is something that links. You feel something pull your literal soul, just like hook.
Okay, so as he's going, he's like, so the whole like magic
Yeah.
stuff that I've been, I just got this book one day, from. How did I get the book again? I don't
The
remember.
book showed up to you on
Yeah.
your birthday.
Yeah, it was just like it just was there on my birthday.
Like you
Uh,
think your
yeah.
dad gave it to you?
Maybe.
That
But,
makes
like,
sense. Like where else
yeah.
would magic come from?
And then
right?
there was the whole thing with this like creepy witch lady on a field trip once.
I will
and
say
then
at this point, Julia is running through the woods. You guys like fall behind. Kind of stop. Creepy witch lady? Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Later.
I'm
Actually,
sorry.
a bunch of this crap happens to him.
I
Like
got
how
stories.
much creepy stuff? Because like
I've had quite a few creepy things
Demigods
happen
seeing
to me.
things isn't normal, kid.
If
I
he's
mean, he's
dying,
done some cool magical stuff. He kind of saved my life when we were running up to camp.
Okay, hold
So
on.
break
Sorry.
down the line.
I want to know my full
Yeah.
team. What's everyone got?
he's so cool.
I'm gonna use shocking grasp a little bit. Just
You got make sense?
I'm an airbender.
Makes sense. Okay, we
I
can.
can run really fast, and I'll, show
Yeah.
my
Nice.
social bronze
He's like a
staff,
black
and I'm
belt.
really good with this.
Okay, I'm fast too. Okay.
I got this book. And
He's a
this.
She's gonna look. This is a very important role.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna
He's
see
very
if
defensive about the book.
would you show her? And she's like, can I
now that
see?
he's been caught, he and he'd show
She's
him
gonna
the
make a
book.
history roll. See if she knows anything.
This will be interesting.
You see, she looks at it. Honestly, I can't say I've ever seen anything like that.
Oh.
What language is that? That's
I-
not
I-
Greek.
I don't know.
And it doesn't
I
help.
can
I
read
have
it,
really
though.
bad dyslexia, so the letters are really, really moving.
Can you guys read this?
You guys can't.
Nope.
This language. I'm gonna say, in this time, you hear two things, all of you at once, and I'll describe where you guys have been. Going off as Malcolm and Jake both lead your team off and out. You all hear two immediate sounds. You hear a as this horn rings out through the woods. The second thing that only your group hears is a
Okay, well, yeah, so in my mind, with like casting spells, it's a ritual.
And
so
Archie,
I'd, like,
yeah.
be like doing it out, and, like
As
down
you do
the
this,
ground, and then I'm sure at some point I've like
you-
pricked my finger or
you
something because it's
what you feel is you hear let it in.
What?
Let it in.
Did we all hear that?
Only Archie's you
Who's got a circle
you
of
must let them in.
Okay, we
Uh,
just heard something like knocking from over there. That was kind of creepy.
come in.
All of you look bounding out. Blood red lava eyes, pointed teeth, is the smallest little Pomeranian hellhound. Julia sees this
like
and
an
openly goes, "Oh." And that's where we're getting tonight's session. Woo! Thank you all for watching at home. We're super excited. Tune in next time where we have a pretty intense PvP showdown. Goodbye.
Sick.